This week on the Fourth Culture.
No, this is certainly something we'd be happy to do for a fellow member of the survey teams.
On behalf of the Nagaranda Union, we thank you and your family for your brother's service and sacrifice.
Like, we got to take care of ourselves. There's no point promising to help everybody and you're realizing that we can't help them in the end. We need to take care of ourselves.
What happened, Barra? Why are you suddenly so mercenary?
Dearly beloved, here we are gathered today, and I suppose I'll issue the blessing on this gentleman that I've never met in my life.
Things seem a bit different. You seem a bit different.
You gotta fucking change. Look, you gotta wake up. I just wanted to travel the world singing songs. Well, I thought I'd be done by now with my national fucking service.
It's only fair that Barra gets to do what he wants to do and experience the consequences of it.
You know what? Fuck it. If you don't want to do this, I don't have to see your face anymore after this.
Hello, and welcome to the Fourth Culture. My name is Ramji, and I will be your Dungeon Master and host as we wander around the mysterious world of Urtu with our gang of remarkable players. Joining me tonight as Kie the Monk is Kie the Monk. As Yrsa the Barbarian is Harry Potter.
I don't know how to dress up like Yrsa, so this is the best you get, guys.
Sheena Potter as our one and only Barra the Bard. It's Barra the Bard, everybody. and last but not least, as Kaman the Cleric is Ed Joy. Choy. Ed, who are you dressed as?
Myself, actually. No, it's Kaman. It's an approximation of a rather scholarly character.
Scholarly Kaman.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, and in possibly some of the most magnificent fancy dress I've ever seen in my life, but off screen, so you can never share in that, are the one and the two and the only Hans and Cheryl. We stream nonsense on the internet every Monday at 7 p.m. Singapore time, which is about now if NVIDIA ever actually didn't fuck us. And also about Thursday at 7 p.m. where we play Vampire the Masquerade in our campaign, Singapore RR. And no, okay, that's the seal one. Okay, never mind. But anyway, so we also do other random bits of nonsense where you'll find us around different places of the internet. However, this is a spooky Halloween show brought to you by our friends at A Better Consultancy.
You know, there used to be this ancient tale of somebody who tried to do business in Asia. But then they warned him. They said, don't go alone, it'll be dangerous. But he went ahead anyway. And every step of the way, he heard warnings and cries and wails. But no, he forged ahead. Do you know where the person is now? Neither do we, but we suspect that he's very poor. To avoid their fate, you should consult A Better Consultancy. Find them at www.abetterconsultancy.co. And so you can avoid the fate of being terrifyingly broke.
Thank you very much, Ed. And that is a wonderful, wonderful segue to take us to the fate from last week's session. Sheena, tell us. Oh, sorry. Sheena Potter, tell us what happened.
Previously on the Fourth Culture, the party spent some time in the village of Yrsa, putting people to rest properly and helping them decide what to do. Kaman asked for permission to set up a shrine inside the village to Eijnar, and Barra demonstrated how to pray to this Eijnar god, and a lot of the villagers were quite okay with that, surprisingly. Barra then scried on various people. He saw Yafir in a swamp with bodies and an eye patch lying in there, cast him ascending, and then realized that he was still alive actually, and being part of an ambush, and couldn't really talk at that moment and said that he would talk to him later. Barra then scried on his own mother and found out that his family was apparently seeking refuge with the Wellington family and that his father had a financial mishap of some kind. He then scryed on Kie's parents and found out that the man who had come around once upon a time looking for her and the sword had come around again, but didn't say too much. Not sure what's going on there. Kaman set up his shrine in the village and cast a word of recall on it, so now we have a safe space to teleport back to in case of emergency. Yay! He then spent the rest of the time in the village visiting Yrsa in his tree area and slowly repairing the weave around Yrsa. And he realized that Yrsa was actually able to take refuge in the roots of the trees and avoid the creatures that were biting him. Barra had a dream about Yrsa and learned that the Agatha was held in a tower where Edison had fought Minasus and was being used as a source of refined power. So basically she's a giant battery, yes. And she was possibly being trapped there by somebody who was hoping to become a god themselves. And she was the final step in the ritual. He then explained to her, to Barra, that we shouldn't go charging off to find her, but we should definitely go and rescue her, otherwise known as go and do some research first, then come in. Because otherwise you go straight now, we all die. Something like that, yes. And explains that one of the Blood Queen's High Maguses wants to become god. So, as a group, we decided to head on to Damask first and negotiate for the villagers to join the army in Damask as skilled rangers, because there are 40 people left in my village and they are all very powerful rangers and they know their way around the region. So we got discharged from the military, did our paperwork, got our back pay of 2,000 gold each, and spoke to the leader of the regiment, who happened to be Milo Janus, who was a bugbear who rescued Kaman a long time ago. Lieutenant Colonel... no, that's not right. Lieutenant Colonel Milo was very happy about the idea of 40 skilled rangers joining him, wanting no pay, but is okay with food and lodgings for them. And somehow he knew about our group because of Yafir, who had become some kind of a rebel leader. And our group is supposedly legendary, but don't know how. Yes, we all drank with them and we all got drunk. And Kie was pushed into sparring with some random soldier named Tariq, and she beat his ass. No problem, it was very good. We learned that Yafir is usually in the Shadow Grove, and Balda's reappearance was called the Grand Resurgence, and most of the people assumed that we had died when he appeared. And apparently now nowhere coastal is considered safe because the Balda or the Sahuagin could randomly just show up and destroy it. And from his movements, it seemed like Balda was hunting something or someone. Most likely us. Shh. Anyway, yes. So we also found out that the Namandans had been sending supplies in secret to Yafir and Akras to help them in the insurgency. And they want us to help bring some stuff to them. And apparently, Akras and Yafir were legendary figures in the resistance, together with Sonali, who was now considered some kind of a war wizard. And the sect, like, you know, the Red Lotus lah, the Green Jasmine lah, all those people, they had allied themselves either with the Civilized or the Blood Company, or they had just disappeared. And Balda himself is not actually part of any one side. He's just a random force in the war that can come and chibaboom things. So there we go. That is the state of the situation now. Yes. We realized that Bob was not in the group. Kaman scryed on him and realized that he was out flying and supposedly hunting. He came back having eaten something, but we're not sure what. Apparently it was a horse. But was it somebody's important horse? Don't know. Never mind. It's okay. Yes. So the next morning, we woke up hungover as usual, and somebody had climbed onto the bell tower and vandalized it with Survey Team 3456 forever. Yes. Probably us. Most likely, Kie. Don't say who, So we picked up the supplies for Yafir, and then we went over to the Amrita auction house to do a bit of shopping. And yes, after that, we cast sending to Yafir and told him we were coming to find him. And that's it. Ta-da! Oh, wait, one more very important thing. We had left these tablets of fate with the auction house for selling, and we found out that there had been 3 bids, and they were all rejected because they were either trying to use it against auction house or against us. So we took the tablets back. Yes. Oh, we also bought a new house called the Instana. That is all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey!
Yay! Thank you.
I have so many plans for the Instana. No, I have only one plan for it.
Yeah, but it's a good plan. I'm going to enjoy this. Wonderful. Well, if there's anything that we want to say otherwise, let's begin.
I just wanted to ask you, Ramji. Kaman wanted to start a religion in the mass.
Ah, yes. So actually, that's a great point. So why don't we start there? Actually, so tell me, what is Kaman planning on doing here?
So Kaman wants to set up some sort of holy site. It does not have to be large, somewhere in the city. So I think he would first ask, perhaps at the local Pantheon temple, where they have a bunch of deities. What would their response be?
So the majority of the Pantheon temples look at you as if you are some sort of random mendicant that has shown up. All very. I wouldn't go as far as say all of them are looking down their nose at you, but you do get a sense of, well, that sounds like a wonderful idea, and you should definitely look into that. And why don't you take a visit down to speak with, to talk to the mayor or talk to this or get this bit of paper there?
I get the idea. Yeah,
I want you off their hands, basically.
So instead I go to someone who's likely to say yes, which is Lieutenant Colonel Milo, and I ask him if I could perhaps start a shrine in a corner of the chapel.
So let me get this right. You want to make your god like part of the fabric of the Nagaranda military. Is that what you're saying?
Entirely voluntary, of course.
No, I think that sounds like a fantastic idea. We should do this. Why wouldn't? I presume that your deity is powerful and able to help out in circumstances that people pray.
Yes, in fact, I offer you not just one but two. We have Yrsa, my deity, and his sister Agatha, and they will be together in the same shrine, right, Barra?
Make a deception.
Barra, make a deception check.
No, come on, make a deception roll.
Damn it, I use JR's advantage. Thanks, JR.
Do your bollocks. Go on.
19.
19? Okay, fine. So he goes,
thanks, JR.
I think that's fine. Tell me more about this Eijnar.
And I do. I explained to him that Eijnar is a forgotten god of secrets and knowledge, entirely because for reasons we do not know, but he's gaining in power. And
we've forgotten the reasons, is it?
That's why he's so special.
Yes, I can see this.
Mm.
So
he becomes more powerful as more people discover him and the secret and share their secrets with him, but only with him and no one else.
So Milo sort of leads you to there's an area of the base where in essence folks who aren't members of the Nagaranda military but are contractors, other things like that, they're able to live and work in other areas there. So it's less like strictly secured than the rest of the base, and there are a couple of areas for shrines there, and he sort of says, "Will this do? I mean, it's not like there's a large line of people here, but you can have it if you want."
Oh, thanks. And what I do is that I take a day to set it up, consecrate, get some basic carpentry done. And
to give you an indication of what this is, right? This is nothing much beyond what you would expect to be. For example, you see those older stone Balinese ancestry shrines, which are basically built up on a sort of like a central stone column, and then there's like what is basically a small rectangle or otherwise of stone.
It's a wooden box,
and then they'll put the ancestral shrine on top of it. You basically have that without the shrine. So basically, you have there's a stone column and then a stone top to it. And it's not huge, but it's there.
Yeah, and so I get a carpenter to build that. Not too hard. I get a tablet and scribe.
What are you building precisely?
No, it's just literally a 2 foot by 2 foot
sort of
cube
box.
box
Okay.
in which to put stuff in, which is a symbol of Yrsa, carved in stone, and then instructions for how to pray to Yrsa, also carved in stone, and place your votive candles if you like, and that's it.
What are the instructions that you're particularly writing? Specifically, I mean, like I imagine, is it the usual tell Yrsa a secret type stuff? What are you saying?
That's right. It's to share a secret, to unburden yourself of a secret that you can tell no other. Share it with Yrsa by saying this.
Okay, cool. So at the end of the day, sort of when you've got this set up, Milos comes back, and Milo comes back and says, it was very interesting. Tell me, how does this secret thing work? If I tell a secret, will you know it?
No, only Yrsa does.
And
he's so secretive that he doesn't share it with his high priest.
And what do I get out of this?
You lose the burden of having to keep the secret only to yourself. There are many things we wish to tell others, but we cannot for various reasons.
I see. That is very true, actually, especially for those in our line of work. And says, "You'll excuse me, High Priest," and he kind of steps forward and just bows his head quite close to the shrine and just begins to speak a little.
And give him the space.
These sort of a few minutes pass, and then he sort of nods his head and kind of comes back, and you see a very strange little thing happens, which is as he walks away, you see the tiniest of blue glows in his eye, and he sort of comes back and says, I do feel a little better.
I can see it. You are blessed by Yrsa. Now, that might sound like bullshit to you, but I really can't see.
It totally sounds like bullshit to me, but I'll take what I can get. There's no atheists in foxgloves. That's what they say. No, there's no gloves. It doesn't matter. It's all good.
Everyone needs someone to talk to, Milo. Everyone needs someone to talk to. And if people won't listen to you, Yrsa always will. I
will spread the word, High Priest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do not forget your after your send over, and I know that there was quite a lot to do, but hopefully you've all recovered enough to be able to take your journey. I was hoping along the way, though, I could ask you to take a small personal matter for me. Not too much. Just should be on your route. There's a small village along the way that it would mean a lot that you could take. And he just sort of said, it shouldn't be too far out. You're very powerful people. It's just I had to ask.
Name it, please.
There's a small village along the way where someone who was in one of the survey teams, their family still resides. This person fell in battle, and I wish to just have you send a letter to them.
Of course.
And their effects.
We would be honored to.
And he hands you a very small, sort of like oiled leather sort of parcel, which is very neatly tied up with a small letter just tucked into it. And it says, to Master Kumaran, and it is it says it's a very small village. I don't know, it's just my records, but it's a very small village. There may be 20-30 people. It's a farming place in the Namandan forest, so it's sort of the Marabanda here, and he sort of marks it on your map. It says, not too far away, hopefully not too far out of your way.
No, this is certainly something we'd be happy to do for a fellow member of the survey teams.
I shall spread the word, good High Priest. And he sort of like thumps you on the back.
And as he goes away, I just let him know also that I'm marking the shrine as a safe place for us to return to.
And a safe place it will remain.
As I open my eyes to the weave and then tie the threads permanently around the shrine and cast Word of Recall.
You got it. So that is now your new Word of Recall hotspot.
There's two apparently.
Oh, is it?
For each place. I'll go double check it, but if not, if there can only be one, I think this will be the one.
It doesn't matter, whichever one you prefer. Let me know. Have a look. Let me know. Okay, well that's fabulous. Is there anything else anyone would like to finish off while you're in Damask?
Yeah, it's one spot. No, I passed it over to Yrsa and let the rest know, and let Barra and Kie know. Oh, Colonel Milo gave this to us. I hope you all don't mind.
Nah.
Somebody died, and
yeah. It's quite obvious, right? Like it's a SOP kind of thing. The
I know what it
effects
is.
on it.
Yeah, it's just sort of like blast effects kind of thing.
This is sad. I take a look at the name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize it by any chance?
It's to a merchant Kumaran or Kumran. You don't recognize the name from anyone you've worked with before. So.
Okay.
I hope you all don't mind that I said yes to this.
No, of course not. I mean, we're setting out anyway, and if it's nearby, it's on the way.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, give some closure to the family, no?
Barra, do you want to add anything of Agatha's to the shrine?
Oh yeah, sure. Barra goes. Someone looks at it for a while.
You're muted.
Right, so he goes to the shrine. He goes like, what has Agatha given me? And he's like, looks at his tattoo, goes like takes a piece of fabric out, kind of like glues it to the shrine, and just goes like then with his like makeup, like just like does a little image of Agatha as she used to be before she was like a bit younger. It's like, do you want me to roll for how well I draw the picture?
How long are you taking to do it?
30 minutes is
Then yes, if you're taking 30 minutes to do it, I'll have you roll for it. If you're going to take it half a day, then that's just right.
No, yeah, it's
We've got half a day.
Do we have half a day?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some time. I mean, Kaman's going to set his
we had
shrine.
downtime, yeah.
Got a carpenter to build it and stone carving.
So I'm like sort of like at the same time, and then I'm just like drawing the picture. Like, okay, Aggie, all right. Hopefully this will make you feel a bit better. I pet Agatha. Okay.
You got it.
Yep.
All right. So so the shrine is now set, and there is a moment of expectation as you are again, the four of you and Bob, and nobody else, about to set off on a new journey to go and meet your friend Yafir. So as you get ready to go, unless there's any last things, you managed. It's probably, I would say, would you be wanting to set off in the evening or in the morning?
I think the morning, right? What do you guys think?
I would prefer morning, yeah.
So you have one last night in Damask. Presuming there's nothing else you want to do there, we'll say it passes quietly, but if there's anything you want to do, otherwise you have a long rest, so you all start with a long rest, so that's all good, and you start early in the morning at the crack of dawn, and you begin to fly south right as you head sort of...
what's the name of the village? Do we hit the village first or Yafir first?
You'll hit the village first by a long way. The village is in the Marabanda, but given that you're able to travel by Bob, it's actually... maybe only a couple of days journey, maybe not even that, right? But the village will take you, I would say, from where you normally are, if you're sort of considering where the map to hand, actually, I'll bring it up in a minute, but because where you normally are, and the route would take you either have a choice of going to visit Yafir by trying the same sea route that you had previously, and sort of go all the way south, or flying over the mountains, which you can do with Bob. It might be a bit more fun, but you can definitely do it. You can obviously also try a little teleporty magic, because that never goes wrong, does it?
Okay, so I'm going to suggest the mountain route, and I plotted out for the party as the cartographer, because the sea is scary at the moment.
Make a navigator's tools check for me, or cartographer's tools check for me.
Would that be survival?
I'm going to give it survival. Sure, why not? I'll give you survival. Go on.
Yeah, it's probably survival, right? Yeah. 20, yeah.
Great. So yeah, no, without a problem at all, right? You're very used to this map, you know it well. So and so you've poured over it in your debrief as well, right?
I've updated our maps.
It is updated.
Our maps are 3 years old. I've got the new maps.
So yes, there's not that much change, honestly. And there's just sort of
Borders,
some
lots of
lines that have been
borders.
drawn through Twilight's End and a few other things like that, right? But not much else. But okay, so yes, you begin to head over the over the northern Marabanda, and then you begin to sort of bank south, and it is a huge and large sort of expanse of rainforest, as it always has been, right? So as you sort of are you're sort of continuing through this area. Let's have a look over. As you fly your way over the tops of trees, and it is a heavy and misty sort of environment as you continue this journey. A little bit of time is passing, and you get, I'm gonna say, about 12 to 14 hours on Bob's back, as it were. Like, it's been uncomfortable at times, so you do take points to rest and various little bits like that. But on the whole, you get that amount of time to engage with each other before the evening begins.
Okay. Well, guys, okay. So we're on this journey together, and I realized I should have done this in the morning. But okay, here's an inspirational speech for you. It's been a little bit of a hard time because sort of like girl troubles and shit like that. But here's a song. This fake guitar actually sounds terrible. Imagine I've tuned my guitar. Okay, here we go. Yafir, tama chameleon. He's a hero, that's all we know. Thought he was dead cause he looked quite dead when we scried on him. Looks still and green, not the best we'd seen. But he's a tama chameleon. Where did he go? Let's take it slow. We only know that he's a hero now in our dreams. We go say hello. Go say hello. Oh, this guitar seen better days. But okay. Hope you're suitably inspired. And I do that for 10 minutes. And just like tama chameleon on like out of tune guitar.
Yeah. Very nice, very very nice. So and you sort of begin to Bob sort of like says, it's getting dark. I need to find somewhere to stay. What about there? And he sort of like sees there's a small clearing sort of on the top of, basically there's sort of slightly larger hilly kind of area you've been flying through and along, following the contour, and there's a sort of a part where the hill is exposed, and you can see there's a small building that's there. It's not massive. It's like looks like a small holding or a very what do they call it, like a wooden accommodation, a wooden house with a small fence around it and a little garden of various plants or otherwise that are there. And Barbara's like, yeah, we're about there. I think that'd be fine. Let's go there. Okay. And sort of lands you there as you sort of flap down. And you find yourself in front of this very, very modest stone house. It's not much more than, let's say, 20 feet, maybe slightly longer than that, maybe not much more, by about sort of like 12 feet. It's sort of very simple. It's a rectangle shape, and sort of stood in the sort of the door, looking at you as you sort of like a flap down. It's still just about evening, so see that is a man in a sort of clerical outfit. He sort of looks at you and says, and says, hello, visitors. And so looks back inside and says, Abbot, we have some visitors. So you hear a groan as somebody, sort of sounds like they're getting to their feet and clutching their back or whatever it is, but somebody comes out, and a accompanying what is appearing to be a sort of person in their 30s is now a person in their 60s or 70s, maybe at the least. They certainly look quite relatively sprightly for that age, but wearing a very simple black set of robes, and it says, we rarely get visitors here, but Uma, go put the kettle on and let me invite these people in. I think it will be quite pleasant, and we can give them shelter for the evening. Yes, you should come in. Please come in.
I look at Kaman. Come on, do these people look like they're trustworthy?
They seem fine to me. I mean, I'm just going to use my passive insight.
Yeah, they seem like they're. It seems like you've shown up in the grounds of two priests who are in a sort of relatively remote area. They're probably village priests of some sort, or at least priests for villages within a certain radius.
Am I familiar with their particular deity?
Yes, they appear to be. Well, make a religion roll for me.
Religion. Oh, I'm trained.
I should hope so. Oh my gosh.
It's only a 9. I rolled a 3.
You're not sure.
Can I roll? I too am trained in religion because I'm a bard.
So you are a bard. You can also make a roll. Yes.
Okay.
Bard.
I'm a bard.
Bard at the bard.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
That's 26 total.
Oh wow! Good heavens! So, well, this is it's actually needed quite a high roll, so it's good that you found it. So they appear to be wearing the vestments of a quite an old deity known as Dumavati, who is a really actually not a million miles sort of like pantheon wise from Agatha, but sort of different in a different way, meaning that Dumavati is primarily about life and death and what happens at the end of life. So graves, funerals, this isn't about undeath or anything like that. This is very specifically about, these are, and as it sort of comes to you, it's not uncommon for priests of this type to live within a kind of catchment radius of like a few days travel of a village, so that there are like a bunch of villages around, and then somebody will need a priest of one sort. And it's usually, let's be honest, right? It's births, marriages, and deaths, right? And so they'll one will officiate for this. And so yeah, that would be the things that you've recognized from that.
Okay, I'm like, it's Father. Thank you for offering a sanctuary for the night. I've got my electric guitar and I've got my leather jacket. So if you ever want to upgrade your services to make it a bit more charismatic, I'm here. Just sort of like needed some lights and shit, and like just people like wave their hands around like, oh, I feel the spirit. Yeah, I can help you with that. Anyway, let's go inside.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That sounds most remarkable. Please come in. Our abode is very humble, but you would be welcome to whatever we have. As you step inside,
that's a great idea. We can make a mega temple.
Yeah, a mega temple for Yrsa and Agatha.
That's right, a mega temple.
I think so. I think that's a great idea. Like really charismatic mega temple, and like we'll sell books and like anyway. That'll
work.
Yeah, let's go.
We head inside.
You head inside. It is, again, like I say, not huge. It's about 200 square feet inside, so there's like it's like 20 feet slug one way. What's that? It's about 3 meters, 4 meters, and it's about the same, slightly less than that the other way. So really, it's kind of the size of a bedroom, maybe a large, sort of like, maybe a large bedroom. And as a result of that, it gets quite snug in there with you all there quite quickly. But the sort of elderly man introduces the young one and says, introduces himself first and says, my name is, pardon me, my name is, why are my notes closed? Okay, my name is Abbot Ikarn, and this is Uma. Uma is soon to be No longer an acolyte, but an acolyte nevertheless. What are your names?
Well, we're Survey Team 3, former of the Namandan Union Army. I don't suppose you've heard of us. Apparently we were quite famous in that town back there.
Okay. My name is Yrsa. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
You introduce yourself. Don't shy.
I'm... Yeah, that's go for it. You have to say your name, Kie, when you want to introduce
okay.
yourself.
Hi, I'm Kie.
Hello, Kie.
Hello.
And Uma, as you're speaking, Uma's just like filling up some teacups for you.
My name's Bazza, and this blue guy here is Kaman.
I'm a priest of Yrsa, so I'm a fellow religious person.
Oh, priest of Eijnar is that? Oh, I don't know an Eijnar, but well, welcome anyway, fellow guider of peoples.
Thank you, Abbot.
Right. Yeah. So, here we are, kind of cozy around the campfire. So, like, I don't know, like, you want to tell some stories, or, you just sing some songs, or get to know each other, or play spin the bottle, or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys usually do in this
We
temple?
normally will finish our evening meal, which we'll happily share with you, and then we'll the Marabanda at this time of, well, at all times of year is quite dangerous. So we will usually, before it gets fully dark, we will close our doors and stay inside.
How would you say it's dangerous? What's outside?
It's the Marabanda, it's could be trolls, or it could be, creatures. We do not wish to cause them harm, so we stay out of their way, and hopefully they do not wish to cause us harm.
As he says that, I'm like making eye contact with Bob. Yeah.
Yes. The building is quite cramped, right? I assume with
Literally,
all of us.
so imagine the size of our studio.
Okay.
It's that big. Like that's the entire size inside.
You know what? We don't want to impose on your hospitality. It's very nice of you to invite us in so warmly. We will have our meals with you if you don't mind, and share some stories. But don't worry about us. We have our own place to stay. We just need a little bit of land outside. That's all. It's okay?
Well, you all seem very capable. I wouldn't want to press, but it is rather dangerous.
Don't worry about us. Don't worry about us. Just do not be alarmed by the giant erection later, okay? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It can be hard to understand.
Indeed. It's very big.
Yeah. Like, it's an erection. We all share this erection. And you're like, suddenly there's nothing, and it just poof! And it just like comes up out of nowhere. It is huge.
In my youth, they used to call that grower, not a shower.
Indeed. It's very much a grower.
As long as you young people are being sensible, I don't really...
Would you like to see our erection?
No, it's okay. I've taken vows.
Oh, no, like, you just got it in her pants. She can just, like, take it out. It's really small and just, like, show it to you.
No,
it's tiny.
I think it's very, very thoughtful of you to think about the space. So maybe it's better if
we insist, but we're so proud of the erection.
Area you can.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well come and see it growing, because in case later you come out, you get alarmed by this giant thing in your backyard. So
and nobody likes being surprised by something that big in their backyard.
It's true. No, like surprise erections.
Just be careful. Don't go too close. It can. How you say? It might get hurt.
To be very honest with you, there was some series of scandals when I was young in the church, and so as a result, I, as a priest, don't go anywhere near other people's erections. It's just
Don't worry. This one is family friendly. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, especially if it's family friendly. I mean, that's another whole path to damnation there.
Look, we insist. Honestly, like, we're so freaking proud of it.
We paid a lot of money for it.
We didn't have one at first. Like, we found it really hard to get an erection, and then like we got one, And now we're like, it works anytime. It's totally
You know,
worth the money.
the Marabanda has many herbs in it that you can use in just a simple
Yes, but you
combination of
can't
them.
take it with you, you see. This one
I mean,
is
not
always
through the
with
other
you.
side. No, that is the tissue of Dumavati. You can't take money. You can't take
No,
anything.
there it is. And I kind of like fish in the Yrsa's pocket and I take out the tiny thing.
Hey, hello, can you don't just randomly take it out from my pants?
I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. But look, isn't it cute? Oh, it's so small.
What?
No, come on, show. We'll show you how it grows.
And Uma just looks at you and says, "Oh, I thought you were talking about." And then the elderly abbot just slaps him around the back of the head and just says, "Uma, cleanse your mind." And then says, "Please go ahead with your preparations and whatever you need to make your erection sustainable."
Okay,
and we will
stay here. Don't go too close. Yeah. We usher them outside so they can have a front row view of our erection.
What was the command word again?
Put it down. Yeah. There is good. Okay, ready? Everybody stand
Yeah,
back. Stay
okay.
clear.
How
Stay
far
clear.
are you making people stand back, Sheena? Don't look up the item details. How far are you making people stand up?
I have no idea.
40 feet, I think.
And maybe 100 feet might be safe.
100 feet.
I'm not
okay.
sure 100 feet is
Space
enough.
do we even have?
Yeah. How much space do we
Do
have?
we have 100 feet in front of us?
I mean, you've got the Marabanda, but there's probably about I want to say 20 or 30 meters maximum between you and the tree line. It's quite a long way that's been cleared, but it's it's sort of most of it is it's like a garden.
90 feet away is the maximum. 90 feet, not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Now we're not.
So right by the edge of the.
We don't know if we'll accidentally hurt you with our erection.
Yeah.
No, I think we should be fine.
Okay, yeah, let's try it.
Okay. Let's do about 50 feet away.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, Mari kita.
Growing sort of from this sort of very small point in the evening sunshine as it sort of casts its rosy glow over the Marabanda, a large 20 feet each side fortress begins to block out the light and cast a heavy shadow on one side. On the left-hand side, what little bit of the sun is left just kind of like, glows it up and then like casts this sort of brilliant specular highlight on the edge of the tall sort of crenellated battlements about 30 feet up or so. The Instana awaits you.
Right.
Our own little piece of Yishun right here in the Marabanda.
Okay.
Ta-da! See?
So
You all don't look impressed. Why don't you look impressed?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Is it not big enough?
Oh no.
the one of the priests sort of looks and so Uma says that is truly a mighty erection.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're very proud of it.
Is it permanent?
Oh,
no.
no.
But it can last all night. Yeah, no problems.
Not the first. And as he says that, like, slap around the back of the head from the abbot, who just says, Uma! And so you are. So that's it. They say, okay, well, regardless, I hope you'll take no offense. We will be barring the doors as we do every night. We do not want to be in a situation of causing harm to any of the creatures of the Marabanda.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, can anybody cast ascending or like message spell?
Sure.
No, I asked the people.
Like in the temple, like in case you need our help for any reason.
I mean, if we need you, we will come and knock.
Or just yell really loud.
If that's needed, yes. Do you fear that there's a reason we would need you?
No, it's seems to. It's a matter of chance. Sometimes it's like 1 out of 20 chance something bad could happen.
I've lived here these past 20 years. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Okay. Right.
So he shuts the door with Omar after him. You know, they both sort of check in on your comfort, and then you guys are able to carry on and get on with things. What would you like to do?
I think that me and Bob want to go for a bit of a walk. So, why don't you guys, you hunker down, and we'll be back really soon.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah.
We're going for a walk. It's really late. I'm quite tired though.
Oh no, Bob.
We've been flying all day.
Okay, but you just a little bit walk around the area, like Daddy Griffin bonding time.
Barra, you want me to come with you?
No.
You sure?
Okay, you can come.
Okay.
Fine, let's go.
Okay. So we are gonna hunt. We're gonna see whether there's anything that looks like it's worth killing.
How? So
Do you like Kaman come along?
Yeah, you can come.
Okay, then Kaman will help to look.
Okay, so I'm like, I was just like,
Yeah. We're just looking for things, because just like the girls just worried they can be a bit soft-hearted, but we need to find more intel and.
Okay, well, what we could do is we could look for obvious predators to keep the, that priest compound safer. So if there are obvious big predators.
Sure, that too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would like you guys to make a single survival roll, please.
I'm the lone survivor.
I have +5 survival.
But you are not there. They have left you behind.
That's true, they have.
Oh, so we don't have to. Only.
We'll make this quick.
Okay,
I am
+9.
exploring our instana with glee.
Yeah,
Indeed, and
me
if
too.
you
Me
explore
too.
in
It's so
the
cool.
Instana, you find inside the Instana, while you guys don't work at survival, you find that the Instana is a sort of chunky, big, thick wall, and then you step on the inside, and it's got 2 floors with a ladder that runs along a wall to collect them. Right, so the 2 floors are built out to 3/4 of the, maybe slightly more than that, of the area, and then there's a ladder that kind of lets you get up there, and then there's a trap door that takes you up onto the roof. It is really surprisingly comfortable. There are even a few little advances in here. For example, you don't even need to leave to go to the toilet. You can crap over the battlements. And so there are various...
Crap over the battlements. Kie.
Just stick your butt out.
So that's the built-in plumbing they promised us.
That's the old school aviation waste management system.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna assume that it's shaped this way instead of this way, so that it doesn't slide down the sides.
Well, yeah, I think it'll shrink down into a tiny thing again, right? So unfortunately, at the end of the night, the erection must go. And so but yes, it is. Other than that, there's plenty of space. There are they're quite convenient in many ways. There's small sort of sleeping areas, and you're like, wow, it's interesting how they can actually fold down all that stuff into that small area. Really quite impressive.
I want this bed.
Yeah, how many bedrooms are there?
There's no bedrooms. There's just 2 floors. Imagine it's just it's a very, very large kind of tower, and then there are 2 floors, and then there's a roof. So each floor is
Just
like
lay out
10
our
feet. So
bedrooms.
ground floor, 10 feet above. There's another floor, 10 feet above that. There's another floor, and then there's the roof.
Is it furnished?
Barely. Meaning that there's some furnishing which is really the beds, for example. And then there is sort of a table which is extrusion from the wall, and then there's some few other things like that. But there's not it's not sort of well furnished. There's not sort of TV and billiards table kind of furnishings.
We should experiment with this place by leaving stuff in and see what happens.
Sure,
afterwards.
you should definitely do that.
I roll around on my bed. It's so comfy. Oh my gosh.
I tried to find a bed by a window. Are there windows? The nicest window. I want the nicest window.
There are no windows that I can tell on the inside. The only way of getting in and out is the main door or the top of it, which is there's a trap door. But other than that, the entire of the inside is just dark.
There are arrow slits on all sides.
There are arrow slits on all sides, however.
Which are
Arrow
windows, but very
Like
small.
tiny little, like
Oh.
this big.
You can stick an arrow in it,
So you
basically.
can, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I pick the bed next to Yrsa.
Let's go look at the roof.
Yeah.
I run up, throw open the trapdoor, go outside. I'm on top of the world.
You're certainly 30 feet up, so you're sort of able to be sort of mid height to some of the highest trees of the Marabanda, and certainly you get a good view around the tree line where we get to what Kaman and Barra are doing in there with Bob.
25.
Sorry, 25.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very, very strange, but you go a long way in a spiral out, and you don't find very much in the way of aggressive prey. Like there's things,
Ooh.
like it's not dead, but
Right.
there's there's nothing there's no trolls, there's no,
Oh.
gnolls, there's no things that would make the Marabanda quite difficult. There's no creatures or beasties that are floating around. It's not that there's no feeling of dread or something awful like that. It's just there ain't none.
Oh, so I say to Barra, hey, maybe, Dumavati, their deity, protects them for reals.
Yeah, I don't know, but they said they had to bar the door every night against creatures that were dangerous. So were they lying, or was there some
Maybe they
reason
come from
wanted-
further. Oh, maybe they come from further away.
Or was there a reason they wanted us in their temple?
They don't seem suspicious to me.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Looks like this was a kind of like a bit of a waste of time. I guess let's go back to the Instana and hunker down.
And you make it back without any great problem. Along the way, as the night fully sets, so you sort of do hear like regular animals, sort of monkeys in the trees and various other things, sort of like floating around. Some bats that are coming out and swooping around in patterns occasionally, sort of like stumbling into Bob as you go nom nom nom. But yeah, no, nothing of any great size at all, and also no spooky bad vibes either, right? So it's not like you're there going cellos are playing, nothing of that, right? So as you make it back to the Instana, you sort of find yourself in front of the door. You let yourself in. You two, you see these three come back. As
we
Bob
watch watch them from the battlements. What
Yes,
is
yes.
the password? Huh?
I'm like perched on one of the edges, like Spider-Man, just kind of watching.
Oh, I know what she's doing. I've heard that in these places you can poop off the battlements. Don't look at Kie.
Oh.
Give her some private time. Come
Okay,
on.
sorry,
Oh,
Kie.
And
Sorry, Kie.
Bob flies up to Kie and goes, Kie, are you pooping off the battlement? I'm going to poop with you.
No, I am absolutely not.
What? Why?
Why would I do
Yeah.
that? That's disgusting.
No, it's just natural. How
Not
do you
off a
poo?
building. No, stop. Ugh, you've ruined it. And I get off grumpily and just go back inside.
That's why we're here, man.
Yeah, go inside.
I think, yeah. She wasn't pooping. She was just looking over the side.
But she was
Mhm.
squatting on.
No,
off
she
the
wasn't.
edge. Oh,
I thought she was perched like Spider-Man.
yeah. So it
Yeah,
looked like
well-
she was squatting off the edge.
Just trying to be cool until you all ruined it. I
You
take out
ruined
my
it.
slipper and
But-
I point at them.
But,
Yes,
Cool,
ruined it.
ruinous.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Kie.
Is your name Luke? Because you just made it lukewarm instead of cool. Luke, warm
Oh,
water.
I'll take the last two watches. Come on, says he walks
As
away.
you all head inside, the last thing you hear is Bob saying, "Oh yeah, I think it'd be a good place to have a poop." And then that's the last thing you hear as you just bed down for the evening. What would you like to do to keep watch?
I mean, I want to take one watch. I'm gonna keep an eye, especially. You're taking both.
Last two.
Oh, okay. I'll take first or second. I want to
Mhm.
keep an eye on the temple because I think it's very weird.
It's not a
Yeah,
temple. It's a wooden shed.
I'm gonna
About
keep
this.
keep an eye on the wooden shed just
Yeah.
to make sure like nothing's going on or no coming ins or going outs of the.
No
wooden
problem
shed.
at all. And so you sort of focus off. You get there's the battlements up top that you can kind of wander around and walk backwards and forwards and
Yeah, I sort of
Um,
like scrape my foot which some of Bob's poo has caught. Like, oh no, I didn't fall off the building. Oh, I scrape my foot on the floor. I walk up and down. Okay.
That's it. Make a perception roll for me, please.
Perception.
How many watches are there again? Like 4 or 3?
3.
23.
23. Okay. So the night is cool, and with a little bit of height that you have because you're up sort of higher on the hill, you actually managed, plus the fact you're on top of the Instana, on top of the hill, there's actually a surprisingly fresh breeze that manages to catch you. Other than that, the scent maybe a little bit carried along from the vegetable garden and the sort of maybe some of the lianas and the odd jasmine plant even, but that's really about all that you notice happening for your watch.
Okay.
As the time passes, it becomes time for you to wake Kaman.
All right, I head back down to the bedding area. I sort of like,
Come on, wake up. I shake him violently awake. Then as he goes up.
I am.
Okay.
I'm just meditating. Remember, I don't sleep. I meditate.
Sorry. Slap him one more time just for good measure. And then as he goes out, I'm like, I just sort of check on the girls. Then I'm like, I look at Kie. Okay. Then I look at Kie. I'm like, and just like to make sure Kie, without making sure Kie doesn't notice, I just sort of like put the blanket a little bit more over her. Like, okay. Then I go to sleep.
Kaman sits cross-legged, crawls up to the roof and sits cross-legged on the trapdoor.
Okay. So you're doing 2 watches, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Some time passes, and again, I'm not going to make you roll because you have ridiculous perception, right? So, what's the range of your dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, your first watch passes without incident, and your second watch passes without incident. Time passes. The beginning of the dawn comes. You begin to hear you see the bats begin to stream back into their trees, and sort of out. You also hear the dawn chorus of birds as the jungle begins to wake up around you. Yeah, it is morning time. You've slept through the night. What are you going to do?
I quietly go back down and then wake everyone up. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Oh, what a nice blanket. So comfortable.
We have breakfast and then we go out.
Yeah, I wanna just check on like the temple people. It's just weird, you know. I just feel it's weird that we were brought here, and like for some reason this temple was described and these people invited us in, but nothing happened. I don't know. I'm just naturally suspicious. I think we should like knock on the door and make sure everything's okay.
And
Yes.
as you get up there, you see that actually the temple is not a temple; it's a fucking shed.
Yeah, I'm
Joe.
sorry, the
Stop
shed.
it! You're getting me doing it now.
Fucking shed.
It's a shed, and so however the shed, the door is open. The dawn has been because you stopped for breakfast, but so you're probably about an hour or so after dawn by now, and the Uma is in the little garden, sort of like with a trowel, just sort of in his hands and making sure that some of the fresh vegetables are watered. He's begun the process of weeding things before it gets too hot in the day. And you can see that the elderly abbot is sort of saying his prayers in front of a small shrine and just being able to just sort of briefly kind of like sort of small set of beads in one hand as he sort of says some mantras and some slokas, and then we'll just like iterate on to the next one and carry on saying praying and just see what he's doing.
Huh. Alright. Oh, okay. I guess everything's okay, so we don't need anything from them. I guess we can be on our way.
No, wait. Hello. Good morning, Ikan and Uma. Would you like to see our erection go away?
Is this like last night? Do I get a choice in this conversation?
Of course you do, but since you have seen it come up, you should see it go down as well. Complete the cycle.
Then I will join you for your festivities.
Yes, excellent. This is our first time as well. It will be very exciting. Everybody stay back so you don't get hurt.
He stops, he puts his beads down and sort of comes back for you.
Okay, ready? Everybody ready? Okay, very good.
Yeah, okay.
Senang diri.
Oh, look! Our erection went away!
As the
It's
crenellations
gone now.
on the battlements sort of fold inwards, and then literally, it's sort of the way that the tower sort of shuts down is just to go chunk, and then to the next level. Chunk.
I just want to say, Ramji, that Kaman left an orange, from the rations. He left one orange on the table.
What is your
Sure.
passive perception?
24.
And what floor level was this on the ground floor or on the second floor?
Ground floor.
Okay, cool. Good. So,
I just want to find out what happens to it.
perfect. As you get back and you do pick up the downs into the fortress, the Instana itself, you find that it is covered in a very, very thin film that as you go, what is that? A very sort of thin, sort of sticky liquid. You taste it through your fingers ever so lightly, and you taste ever so lightly of orange juice.
Do you want ants? This is how we get ants.
No, but now we know. This is the perfect way to make a smoothie.
You couldn't put what?
You know when they blend everything like a lassi, right? So if we put all the right ingredients and then we put it over a cup, then we just put it inside the fortress.
That's it. You clean it, You clean the instana. Make sure it's nice and clean. Otherwise, you get.
Barra prestidigitation.
I hold the Instana in my hand, and then I'm like, I'm just like holding it.
For the rest of the day, trying to clean it up.
It doesn't actually take very long at all because it's tiny, right? So
Right.
it takes sort of a few seconds of thought, and you have a cleansed Instana in your hand, ready for its next direction.
Okay.
That's the most expensive juicer we've ever bought.
Well, you know what? Like, we gotta get out of our way. Like, Yafir's waiting for us. Look, come on, let's go, guys.
I'm just thinking of all the recipes we could do. Okay, yes. Ayam penyet.
Wait, is this place anywhere near the village we were meant to go to?
You can ask if you will.
Yeah,
It is. And so Umar says, yes. Sorry, what was it you were saying?
Yes, we were tasked to visit this village and look for this family. I show him the name on the family on the package.
He doesn't instantly recognize the name, but he says, the village is not far. It's about a day to a day and a half's walk, and he points off to the sort of north right a little bit, so not too far. And he says, through the Marabanda, there's a clear pathway that takes you there.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. I will get back to my chores, but please go with Moabiti's blessing and let us know. Maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Yes, you fare well and good day. Bye bye. Thank you for
So
your
long.
hospitality.
Farewell.
Thank you for lending us your land.
Thank you for your election.
It is magnificent, is it not?
It certainly was something.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Goodbye.
Really?
It's enough for 4 people
Please.
and 1 griffin.
You don't quite understand why you're so fucking proud about the Instana, but she is.
You're as happy as you like. So yes, as you will get back on Bob and everything's sort of ready to go, Bob goes, they seem very nice, quite busy, but I guess not much. Yeah, fair enough. A bit boring around here, I guess.
Yeah, no, let's go somewhere more exciting. Where the fighting is, we're gonna look for Uncle Yafir. Let's go.
Oof.
And,
No, we need to give this thing back to
Oh,
the
yeah.
people first.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. I
So
guess.
you head along sort of with Bob, and a few hours pass. It's probably about. You stop for a bit of lunch. Bob stops to hunt.
As we do,
and-
I do an ode to the Instana, like it's my inspirational speech. Instana, ooh, 'cause we don't wanna die. That's the place we sleep until tomorrow. Just 2 words, then it's gone. What hotel could be better? And I sing that for like 10 minutes on my out-of-tune guitar. And then, and then like, there you go, that's your inspirational speech for the day. Okay. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, so yeah, sorry, we have lunch.
Yeah, you manage to have lunch, and then you get the impression you're probably not very far from where the sort of the entry area or the pathway to the village would be. So Bob brings you down based on the command instructions, as it were, and you sort of find yourself, beginning to make your way through the tree line and down onto this sort of like pathway, where you find yourself. Hello. Here. So look through this path here, and sort of in this heavy forest. Now, when you looked at it from above, this is what it looked like.
Nice.
Jungle.
Misty.
Junglist posse. But as you get back down to this path here, you see that there is, in fact, a series of heavily knotted together sort of branches and trees that have then been reinforced with building, as in like people have then put sort of rope alongside of it to kind of create a very, very structured heavy pontoon, which is right in front of you, leading towards the entry to this village, which is called Mahava Village. And as you head towards Mahava Village, you are... So, let's see. Let's move you towards where I expect you to be. So, I'm going to review.
Yeah, man. It's very one with the land, very organic. I like the design.
Very well done.
Oh,
It's
this is such an
sustainable.
intelligent design. Look at it. It's so pretty. Melts
Yeah,
with the landscape.
Very sustainable,
Yeah.
It's like complementary.
And it's very pretty in here. It's sort of, there's little dappled bits of sunlight that come through, and it is, nobody is from an environment like this. You're probably the closest, and even then, this is very much the sort of, this isn't even foothills. This is just was a hilly area where you were with the priests, but this is actually kind of like a very fertile valley in the Marabanda, and as a result, not your environment. But for us, in Southeast Asia, and especially jungles, it's very much that feeling of like, bits of light kind of filtering through the gaps in the cloud foliage, and they create these sort of little beams and pockets and pools of light that you step through, so it can go from being very bright to dark in seconds. And as you move further and further in this area, you see that there are many little houses that have been built very, very sympathetically into the wood and the trees. They're not sort of yes, indeed. It's a bit like if they had sort of like welcome to Marabanda Druid contractors, as Ed pointed out, right? So like the people who are involved here went out of their way to make this place sort of sympathetic with the environment around it. So, but as you head further into the village, and you sort of move your way around a little bit, so if you wander through Bob. Bob is you sort of begin to get to the point about here, where you find that there is in fact a group of folks who are around the sort of the middle of it. And actually, as you've been walking through the town, you've noticed that there is the odd person or village. There is the odd person you see, but really they're at a distance. And actually, it's only when you get to the middle of it that you see why. Because in the middle of the village is a sort of stone bier. And on this stone bier is an elderly sort of gentleman who appears to be very dead, and in fact is very dead. And he is dressed in very formal clothing, the manner of burial sort of vestments, as it were, and stood above. In fact, I'll make it a little bit bright, as you can see. So stood above is what appears to be a relatively young man, and around are a group of people. The young man is saying, hasn't noticed you yet, but will in a second, I think, because Bob is large, right? So you catch just the end, especially with all your passes, of him saying, and so as you all know, my father was rather unique character. Ever since my brother went to serve the country, my father was, he was both proud but also bereaved. He never was quite the same, and yet now I get to be both proud and bereaved as his son. Both Rumina and I are very thankful you could all make it today. It would have meant a lot to him. As always, we will make sure that. And they look up as they see, you all show up. So Bob and various other people and everyone else, kind of as you sort of like, not quite stumble in like, but sort of, you appear kind of down one of these paths. And I shall move you here so they can see you. There you go from the path. And then
I whispered to the rest in case they didn't hear, because like sometimes Kaman can hear better, that I think this might be Kumaran's family.
I mean, there are a lot of people who live in this village. Maybe
We can double check, but I've got a bad feeling.
you're probably right, lah. But let's just not interrupt them.
We hang back and then we look respectful.
We bow our heads.
Okay, we bow our heads and hang back.
well, so in fact, if anything, it's the gentleman who's reading from the book sort of looks up and says, hello, visitors. We weren't quite expecting anybody, but welcome. And he sort of looks over and sees one and goes, my name is Chandikaran. I am the owner of the Kumaran family trading business. How may I help you? Are you here for anything in particular? If so, maybe I can direct you. Otherwise, if you are looking for rest or board, we don't have an inn as such, but we do have many people who you could stay with, perhaps, who put you up for the night.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Or do you want me to?
Excuse me, do not let us interrupt you. We apologize on walking in during this moment. We are deeply sorry for your loss.
Thank you. My father was rather senior, so it perhaps has come as much of a blessing as a loss, if you understand what I mean. He was suffering towards the end.
I look around. Do the people look like they could be related?
No. Actually, in fairness, the only two people that look like... What's Yrsa's perception passive?
15.
Look, there's a bunch of humans here. There's some tieflings here. There's less tieflings than humans, so the tieflings could possibly be related.
I see. Mr. Komaran?
Yes.
Is it okay if we take a few moments of your time to speak with you in private? You and any of your the family members?
Oh, it's just myself and Romina here. Obviously, my father's just passed. Is it an urgent matter?
It is not exactly urgent. It is a serious matter, though. But please continue with your service. We will be here to speak with you when you're ready.
It isn't the service. The service. It is a small gathering. We'll need to keep vigil tonight.
Right. I understand.
But that is a different concern and not something you should worry yourself about.
Right.
Yes. Let me just give me a few minutes to thank these people. And
yes, of course.
He sort of breaks away for a second, then he'll go around. And he's got a certain bearing about him. It's sort of the chap's probably in his 40s or so himself, and so is not a very young man, but is sort of experienced enough to be able to sort of go around and make sure that everybody's there, thank them all for coming and everything else. And as people walk by the body and just sort of like, you know, reach out and touch and sort of like other things, other people just kind of do a very cursory equivalent as if they're just sort of there just to, you know, pay respects. And soon it's just you're left with the Kumaran the Younger and another young tiefling woman who's with him, who comes over to talk to you, introduces herself. Oh, pardon me, you're not Kumaran the Younger, you're just some rando. Kumaran the Younger's over here. Thank you very much. There you go. He sort of comes over and says, "Oh, hello. My name is Rumina. Mr. Kumaran's my husband.
I see.
This Mr. Kumaran, not the,
yes, I
the late
understand.
Mr. Kumaran.
Please have a seat.
I'm not used to calling him Mr. Kumaran, I must admit. It's
I understand. It's a strange situation. Yeah.
I hand Yrsa the package.
I snap to a very smart salute.
and you see the younger, or Kumaran the Younger, the Chandakran, sort of, he just looks and his face turns ashen as much as it can in the light you're in, and just says, he says, "Oh no. Oh no."
I am Jembadar Yrsa, Sven's daughter. On behalf of the Namandan Union Survey Team, Regiment 6, we thank you and your family for your brother's service and sacrifice. And I return them the parcel with both hands.
And there's a moment as he sort of just stares at you and just looks at you and then looks at the parcel and then reaches out his hand and, like, almost on autopilot, right? Because he's already in the kind of the shock bubble, so he kind of reaches out his hand and says, how did it happen?
Perhaps you should take a look inside the package.
I
Oftentimes
see there's a letter. I can see that.
Yes. Please, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Is there
Look,
anything that we can do?
not unless one of you is a priest.
We don't glance over at Kaman.
How may the priest be of assistance?
Oh, we haven't been able to get hold of our priests for a while, and so it's been, or any priest for that matter. And there's a concern we have is that at night we have to do a overnight vigil, but there are certain prayers and ceremonies that need to be performed, especially for a man of my father's stature.
Right, like, not like resurrection or anything like that, right?
Oh no, we couldn't afford anything like that. It's also that it is not. It's not in our culture. It's not how we believe things happen. Once he has returned, he deserves a fair shake to get out of these worldly chains, if you will.
Continue looking at Kaman.
So I may not
Oh,
be.
you are actually a priest?
I am a priest, but I don't believe I'm a priest of the same faith that your family is. But if you do not mind, I would be happy to conduct any rituals that you may require an individual who is of a religious stature to do so. I would be happy to help, if you do not mind, of course.
So there's a moment, and you have a high enough passive insight to notice it come in, but I would argue that anyone with an passive insight of sort of 18 plus will notice this. If you don't have passive insight 18 plus, you will not, right? So I think, Kaman, you do. Yeah, so you briefly notice Romina just looks at her husband and says, "Oh, but..." And he's just sort of, there's a half a hush, right? Of just like a, not now, right? And then they carry on. So, well, this is not a trade. I'm not asking you to do this because I consider it in any way. And he takes the package from me and says, I consider it any way to be equivalency or anything. It's not you're not to blame. You are doing a job, and I appreciate you all for at least bearing this news, as awful as it is. But if you are a priest, and if you are able to, it would help me a great deal if you are able to sit the vigil for my father and say the prayers. I will have someone bring them to you, and you can tell whether or not you're able to say them. Maybe you could look at them and you could see, or you could see if they're so far from what you. None of us have any of the priestly magic. It is needed to be. You need to channel some small. It's very small. It's the same. It's like it's a ringing of a bell almost. But apparently, it is important to channel the magic because it wards away the evil spirit. I do not know. Honestly, I don't know.
May I peruse these instructions or texts?
Yes, and he sort of turns around and you can see there's a young boy, maybe about 6 or 7, not even that. He's sort of like hanging by the door frame, kind of like of a the small kind of area you're in. So like it's a small indoor area. It's not exactly closed off, but it's private. And then there's a small kid that's just kind of hanging around the door frame, kind of looking around the corner and see what's going on. And this says, he says, "Hey, come here," and he's like, "Go and ask." And he just sort of whispers to this kid, says, "Yes, tell the go over." And so the kid just kind of runs off. And it's like a kid in the village, right? So he's basically wearing shorts and like no top, and like he's basically was in his best a second ago. And you can see that like as he's run away, there's like quite a nice, probably the nicest shirt the family could afford for him has just been kind of left, and he kind of like comes sprinting back, picks it up, and then runs off again with it, right? So like off into the village, so yeah, you a few minutes pass, and you see that Romina sort of like excuses herself for a second, then comes back a few minutes later and says, I asked her if she wouldn't mind just bringing a little bit of food or a little bit of drink or whatever. She says she'll get up to bring something in a minute. And so, at the same time as this child comes sprinting back, tired, right? Another sort of like middle-aged man, sort of maybe in his sort of 60s or so, kind of wanders by with a small tray of just a little bit of tea and some sort of fruits and some crystallized ginger and a couple of other bits and pieces, and puts it in front and says, I hope you don't mind. We don't have a great deal here, but we don't have a great deal of visitors. Pardon me. So, but I have some of these. You will be welcome to eat them. And he sort of.
Thank you for your hospitality. Please do not worry about us. If Kaman can help you with your ritual, we will be staying here for the night to do this.
So in the meanwhile, Chandrakant's been reading the letter and has been openly kind of holding himself together, but you can see tears rolling down his eyes. And he says, you always wanted to be a hero, It's, that was, when we were growing up, all I ever wanted to be was like my father. I wanted to be a merchant, I wanted to meet someone beautiful, marry them, and grow a strong and healthy family, and maybe buy a bigger house and build a bigger business. And he always wanted to be a hero.
I walk over and pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah. So, more than a few moments pass, and the young boy comes sprinting back.
Ramji, I'd like to tell you that throughout all this, Kaman is keeping a very close eye on Bob. He's very determined to make sure that Bob doesn't repeat what he did over in Damask, especially not here.
You got it. So Bob is actually, it's interesting. Bob is mostly just hanging out, but then a couple of these kids come wandering up to him, right? And he still looks at him and goes, and he sort of seems to be having a bit of, I wouldn't call it a standoff, but a bit of a suspicious look because his last experience with small children didn't go so well, right? But he's sort of having a bit of a look at them, and they're going to look at him, and they're sizing each other up as you're working this out, right? As a small boy sprints back and sort of like hands you a book that's about half the size this poor kid is, actually, or not quite, but it's a good old size book. It's like, you know, when we were young, you had an encyclopedia handed to you, and like, you know, you were like, I got this thing, and you're holding it here like it's this big book, right? So it's like that, and he hands it to you, and it's leather bound, heavy book, and it's old. Come on, it's an old book.
When I see it, I turn to Barra and say, Barra, as a brother in faith, will you assist me with this? I may not understand everything of it.
So Barra has been looking.
Oh, Barra.
You're muted.
So Barra hasn't been saying anything very much. Barra has just, he's kind of been like just really quiet. You get the sense he kind of wants to just go and move on. But then when you say this, he's like, yeah, okay, I guess we can spare another day away from our main mission, but yeah, sure, give me the book.
I'll read it together with Barra.
What do you think,
I'll read it together with Barra.
Okay, so you read it. So I'd just like you to make another religion check, please. You'll get advantage on it. So whichever one of you want to make it, I don't mind.
Mine's +6. How much is Barra's?
Same.
So why don't you each roll, and we'll see which one's higher.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Roll.
I got 20.
18. Yeah.
Nice. So both of you actually notice very quickly. And it's actually it becomes quite fascinating. This is a book that's been in this family for it seems quite a long time, and it gets handed down. And usually in this family, it's very, very typical. As in, there are 3 or 4 children, maybe slightly more. One of them will go off to take after the sort of the family business, continue the merchant line. One will wander off into the military in one form or another, and one will wander off into the priesthood. It's a very common thing, and this has been written down by like the third sort of child for a long time, right? And there's often in some cases the fourth child, which is the spare, right? But anyway, this is written down from many hundreds of years of third children, pardon me, and they are all pretty much without exception some sort of priest of deity. And they are they write down, and one of the things they write down in great detail is the death vigil, the ritual that happens on the night after a body has been agreed and presented to everybody in the community, and it is very straightforward from the priest's perspective, because it's written in 2 ways. One, it's written in quite a grandiose way so that they can read out the things they're supposed to read out, and the other one is written in the very short parts of the margin exactly what you need to do, right? And in essence, what you need to do is you need to cast a blessing, right, at the beginning of the night and at the end of the night. So it's a bless spell, right? And it gives you the instructions on how to do this. So I don't even care if you have it memorized. It talks you through it. It's not going to do anything. It's fine. It just needs to be blessed on the body. That's great. So and the bless just blesses the body. It's nothing else. It's just a purification, right? And then pretty much every hour of the night vigil, you need to use thaumaturgy to, in essence, similarly to the way the prestidigitation does it, but it's very clearly written to be thaumaturgy. You channel clerical power into the body. That's it. It purifies it. That's all you're doing. Nothing beyond that. Blessed to start, blessed to finish, and then a purification once an hour with some basic prayers.
Barra, I need your help for this. I can do the stuff in between, but the start and end.
I can only cast it like once per day, so like I can cast it and go to sleep, and I can cast it tomorrow morning. Does that work for you? Mine is like a special kind of like, because I took some special discipline, so it doesn't work like on demand.
It will work. I will hand wave this. It will work. It's part of the reality of it is just use a first level spell slot
at the start,
and I don't care. Right?
Okay.
It's more about the channeling of the power into it and it being appropriately religiously done. right?
Oh, I can do that, but I go to the guy. Look, I'm sorry for your loss. So you're the merchant of this family, yeah?
Well, now I am with the passing of my father. Though I'll be honest, I've been running this business for a few years. Yes.
And your soldier, I mean your brother, the ones whose items you brought back from the war. He was a soldier.
Well, I think he was in the what do they call them? The Rangers, the survey teams. Quite
Where's
proud
the
of him.
priest?
But there wasn't one this generation. In fact, there hasn't been one for a few generations. We've always just been myself and my brother going back. And you do see it correlates to the book. The book stops about 120 years ago is the last entry from a priest.
It's like we're rather busy people, so we, just wondering, what would the usual rates be for a service like this? I mean, priests are really hard to find. My friends just happen to want to buy.
So sorry, so
If you
sorry.
need money, I'll pay if you want me to pay.
Barra,
Hmm?
excuse me. No payment is necessary for this.
As the captain says.
I mean, I know we are no longer part of the army anymore, but I feel like this is just basic human decency,
I sort of like I wonder a bit like, okay, we'll do this for you. And then I wonder aside to Yrsa, I'm like, so there are things we need to do. There's people we need to save. Okay, we need resources. We owe intel to people on another planet, another world somewhere. Like, we got to take care of ourselves. There's no point promising to help everybody and you're realizing that we can't help them in the end. We need to take care of ourselves.
I can see that, but does this family look like they have a lot of money?
If they have money, I think we should take it. We need to look out for ourselves.
What happened, Barra? Why are you suddenly so mercenary?
It's not about being mercenary. Like, you can promise to help people and promise to save them and
They
and
have lost their father and their brother in a very short period of time. This is one small thing that we can do for them. If you don't want to do it, then that's fine. We don't do it. But if we can help, I don't see what is the problem. How much money can they honestly give you? Look at them. Their kid doesn't even have a shirt. Running around bare-chested like a tiny savage.
Yeah, I know. They're different from us. They're not part of us. We need to look out for the people that are close to us, the people that have protected us, the deities.
I get that. I totally do. But I think in our desire to help the people that we want to help, let's take the money from people who deserve to lose it. Yeah? Like the Civilized, like the Blood Company. Yeah. Those
As
people,
you say, Captain.
we take everything that they have.
I
But
promise
not
to
these
listen to you.
people. Yeah?
I promise to listen to you, Captain, and it is as you say. And Barra kind of salutes and wanders off respectfully.
Yrsa looks at Barra leaving with some kind of concern and confusion on his face, and then goes to find Kie. Kie. You got a moment?
Yeah, I was there, right? Like for the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I presume you guys just pulled off to sort of the corner, so you weren't easily overheard by the family that was sort of there. But I mean, I don't, unless you were purposefully excluding Kaman and Kie, they were involved in the conversation.
Okay, you give me 1 second. I turn back to the family members. I apologize. We will not be charging you anything for our services. Kaman is studying the ritual right now, and we'll see what we can do for you, okay?
That is very, very kind. Thank you.
I apologize, Barra. We have been through some difficult times recently. It's no excuse for his behavior. I am very sincerely
please.
sorry about it.
I'm a merchant. I understand the need to get paid for work.
If there
Yes.
is something you can do for us, we would much appreciate if I gestured towards Bob.
Concern.
If you make sure that our friend here is not disturbed by the children, we would really
yes.
appreciate that. He's very uncomfortable around young people.
Well, then I will make sure. I in fact, this, and he gestures out of this building to where the sort of the body lies. He says this shrine area in the evening is reasonably distant from most children sleeping places. So, but I will also ask to pass the word.
Thank you for passing the word.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you do here. And he sort of. As you read and as you're getting yourself set up for the things you need to do, he will make his excuses, and he and Gramina and everybody else will leave you and head off. As you read through the instructions, it's pretty straightforward. It's exactly what I said. So at sunset, you cast this bless spell, or you channel a spell slot into this blessing. It's got to be clerical magic, so I think actually, Ed, you're going to have to channel it. I'm thinking about looking through my notes, right?
Oh.
But,
okay.
Because I don't think, because so you'll have to use a level 1 slot to channel that.
I thought it'd be nice to get Barra involved, because
I mean, you certainly can do. You can sort of, in terms of any way you like. But I think I don't mind. At the end of the day, with your arcana and your powers and the weave and everything else, you guys together can work it out, right? So,
okay. I mean,
Sorry. Once the family is settled, I'm gonna talk to Kie. So I'm not sure what's happening with Barra. Something. I think his mind is in a different place. Can I trouble you to go and speak with him and find out what's wrong? What's on his mind? I think he will be willing to speak to you, lah. Huh?
Me?
Yeah. I mean, even though we've left the military, sometimes old habits are hard to break. I'm still his captain, so. He might not be willing to share so much with me, but I think he might be able to talk to you better. Yeah?
Okay, I'll try.
Be gentle, lah. Be gentle.
I'm concerned too.
Okay.
What he said just now was odd.
Yeah. Go speak with him. I'll make sure that Kaman is prepared for the ritual, if I can help in any way.
Okay.
So what Kaman has told Barra is that Kaman has asked Barra to be there at the start and the end to start the ritual and to end it with him. But in between, Barra's free to go. And the significance of this is Kaman tells Barra that I'm the High Priest of Eijnar, but you're the chosen of Agatha. And it's important to me that because our deities are brother and sister, that the two of us, as we perform these rituals, that as far as possible we should do them together, because we're the ones responsible for the system of faith and belief in our two gods from here on.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta bring them back.
Yeah. So just at the start, the end, though, in between, you're free to do what you like.
Okay.
Leave the rest to me.
Is it nighttime? Should we do that?
It is nighttime. In fact, in just 2 seconds, I will set the appropriate bits here, and look at that.
And so I'll leave it to Kie when Kie
nighttime.
wants to speak to Barra.
So these people are not here anymore. Bye to you. Okay, these people are not there. So while you guys are talking nighttime, I will clean up this scene.
So, here we are. Okay, we gathered around, dearly beloved, gathered around this dead body of somebody we don't even know. Spending spell slots on him when we could be on our way, looking for the people we really care about, like Yafir Tamar, and my missing deity, Agatha. But dearly beloved, here we are gathered today, and I suppose I'll issue the blessing on this gentleman that I've never met in my life. What was his name again? Kamaran? Alright, Kamaran, I don't know,
Bless him in Agatha's name.
Alright, okay. Here we go. Agatha always liked a bit of music. Kamaran, turn your radio off. You're dead now. And I guess it's kind of tough, but you should just lie on this slab. Perhaps you took some drugs and went to rehab, but we forgot all that. Forgot all that now. You go to your final rest. I guess we're here to witness you because you have gone to death. Oh, Kumaran, we really don't want to be here tonight. Hey, go on your way. Kumaran, we don't think that you are a pleasant sight. Hey, go on your way. Right, that good enough? All right, blessed in the name of Agatha.
And then Kaman nods, completely ignoring the fact that that was kind of rude, and opens the book and begins to read from it.
Okay. And so as you begin to read from it, you're reading through years of this, and as Barra, you finish that spell, you sort of channel that power into the first level spell. Firstly, it uses the first level spell slot. Second thing is that it will you see a pulse of energy sort of in the beer, this sort of stone plinth just begin to glow ever so slightly as you feel some of this vigil magic begin, and the first instance of it has happened without any incident whatsoever. You begin to just look around, and how are you guys going to set up camp? Or are you going to stay up all night? Are you going to rotate shifts? What's the plan?
Kaman's not sleeping, obviously.
Yeah. Yrsa will stand guard first while Kie goes to speak with Barra, and then after that we'll rotate.
Okay, you got it. Whereas, so Kaman, you've got a busy sort of evening ahead of you, where you basically, although you only have to cast the thaumaturgy once every hour, practically you do need to be saying prayers and other things like that. It's not non-stop. It's just sort of like, it is there.
So can I just check, how much space does the coffin take up?
It's not very much. It's literally sort of, he's lying in state here on this sort of thing. He's not even in the coffin. He's just formally dressed and he's lying in sort of like in state on this sort of large stone plinth. Okay,
I sort of look at everybody. I go like, look, I don't know, we probably can't cast Instana here, but look, I'm just gonna make sure we're okay. And then Barra, after he does the blessing, he goes to one corner to try and do the Leoman's tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little dome over this area. I mean, except for poor Bob, who will have to be outside.
How large is the hut?
Leoman's tiny hut is, one second, let me scroll down. It is 10-foot radius immobile dome.
10-foot radius. That is just
2 by 2.
So yeah, it's just like that.
Does anybody want to squish in there? Do people want to squish in there?
I will be going wherever Barra is going.
And Kaman, do you want to stay inside as well? And Yrsa?
We have to do the ritual, right?
Yeah,
so Kaman's outside at the byre doing the ritual. I will stand guard on him to make sure that he's okay. And then the two of you can be inside the hut if you want to. But for the time being, we have to finish the ritual.
Oh no, because I thought if I keep his byre in the hut as well, you know what I mean? Can we all fit everybody inside? We move.
It's
the hut
quite difficult because the way the hut works is it's got to be on a flat surface. So it's sort of it's just a hemisphere. So otherwise it would leave a gap in the bottom, right?
Okay,
so,
never mind.
So you could do it so that you're right next to it. It's not hard. I mean, you could literally do it so that you could, for example, go here, for example. So it's right there, except the dude wouldn't be in the hut, right?
No, I mean, the idea is that I want to keep everybody in the hut. So if
you can keep everyone in the hut, you can't keep the guy in the hut. That's it.
I ask, do you guys think it's a good idea, or we don't know what's around the Marabanda this time of night?
So this area, when you say it's open and stuff, I mean, assume
it's not very open. It's just a small, there's a small village that is sort of in a series of clearings between trees, and this area is, between some of the trees that have got a slightly larger clearing, and then there's this area that is their sort of their shrine, if you will.
I'm gonna assume that for them to have set the byre here, it isn't open to, a random bear isn't gonna wander in, this sort of thing, right?
I mean, you didn't ask, but it's a good assumption.
Okay. Barra, I think it ought to be relatively safe. If you want to cast a hut and rest inside, it's perfectly fine. Go and do it. Kaman and I will be out here with the buyer, and then when it's time for us to rotate, then I'll go inside. Yeah.
Let me just check whether that's possible.
Yeah, the only person that can't leave it is you, Barra.
Okay, can.
Yeah. So that's absolutely fine. So
got it,
okay,
Captain.
so in which case it is going to be. So we'll put it here so we know that it's there, and later on you can remind me when I completely forget.
Sure.
And we'll say that actually it's going to be in an aura around Barra. That's a good way of doing it. And the way I'll do that is, Joe, I will make Barra have. There we go. Bang. Problem solved.
Yay!
Nice.
Cool. Tiny hut. Perfect. Good job. Good job,
tiny
Telstar.
one. Okay.
So it's slightly over the tiny hut region, but doesn't matter, right? So Kie's in there with you. And yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Cool. Alrighty.
Okay. Night.
Hey, can I talk to you for a while?
Yeah, okay, sure. Everything okay? You're not going inside your sword to hang out with some like dead semi demigod dragon fellow tonight?
No, tonight I feel like staying out with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, yeah, no problems. Yeah, sure. If you wanna, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. How have you been? How have you been feeling?
Your usual thing, just kind of like, just sort of like been finished with our national service, with the army, just sort of going like, oh, what do I do with my life now? I guess I was just trying to fix everything which we fucked up, the 3 years that we weren't around, like usual shit like that. Look, we're all going through it, I'm fine. I appreciate you asking, Kie, but everything's okay. Yeah, just things we gotta do. That's all.
The things we gotta do together, and it is a difficult situation that we're going through together, but I wanted to check on you, like how are you coping? Because things seem a bit different. You seem a bit different.
Well, everything's different, Kie.
It's true.
3 years have passed. We went away, we thought we were saving a princess, and we came back and the world's changed. It's fucking ruined. We gotta change with it. You can't stay the same person. Look, things aren't... Yrsa came back and her father was kidnapped and forced to work for the Civilized Empire. Your parents are okay, but tomorrow? Next week? They could be captured. The home that you grew up in could be gone. You've just been complacent? You think everything's gonna stay the same for us? We gotta fucking change. Look, you gotta wake up. Okay, Kie? You're not like a tiny girl anymore. Grow up.
So how are you planning to change?
I'll take care of myself. Don't worry, I'll make sure you guys are okay too.
So, if we meet people who need help, like we have right now, you wouldn't want to help them anymore?
What have we been doing all this time? Just trying to help people.
Yeah.
How's that worked out for us?
We got new friends. Yafir was a stranger too, but we helped him and he became a friend. Bob is now a part of our party.
Yeah, what about Afina? What about Melina? We tried to be kind to them. We tried to help them.
Some relationships don't work out, but some do.
Freaking the boulder is trying to eat the world. It's trying to destroy the world. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, what is your fear? He's nothing. He's trying to fight against all these forces. He has no idea what's going on. We're gonna bail him out. That's what we're gonna do because we owe that to him because he saved our lives before. But at the end of the day, the people we helped, those that really mattered, they fucked everything up. Okay, we're not gonna waste our fucking time on people who don't give anything back to us. We're just gonna take care of ourselves.
So your plan is to take everyone and run?
Take everyone? What do you mean?
Go get Yafir and tell him to stop and Sonali and just run?
Yeah, why not? We know things are okay in Sigil. We'll just get the intern that we owe to them and we'll bring it there and we'll fucking get lost or something. Look, I just wanna I just wanted to travel the world singing songs. Well, I thought I'd be done by now with my national fucking service. I don't know what we're doing here. What's your plan, Kie? What's your plan to save the world?
I'm gonna do what I can.
Which is what?
The evil people that are doing these things, Boulder and whoever he's working with, I can't help that. But whatever bad he's doing, maybe we can make it a little bit better. Maybe one day we'll grow strong and big enough to stop him completely with the people that we meet along the way, who make us more powerful along the way with their friendship. Isn't that how you used to believe? That's why we made friends with pretty much everyone we met. You were the one that reached out to everyone, and you helped people along the way. And that, even though your actions may have been small, the impact you made was great. The songs that you sang were great. The joy that you brought in difficult times was great. I don't know why you want to change that. Maybe we can learn to be more cautious. Maybe we can learn to be better at our skills, which is what we're training to do. But it doesn't mean that you can't be kind anymore. It doesn't mean you can't be decent. It doesn't mean you have to stop giving love in the process.
Kie, you know that guy on your sword that you've been taking lessons from? Don't you remember how you sliced through his head? Don't you remember how you stabbed him in the stomach?
I
You stuck
remember.
his soul into your sword. And guess what? We were the better for it. And I ate a piece of him.
I
And
know.
I feel stronger.
Bob told me.
We gotta get stronger, Kie. And that's not by being kind or like generous to people around us. Look, I appreciate you coming to talk to me, but we might have a long night, and tomorrow we're gonna find Yafir. Okay? He's gonna need us all well rested, so thanks, but get some sleep. Barra kind of like takes out his bedroll and like gets under the blanket.
Kie continues talking, even though he's not paying attention. Yes, I killed him. He was bad. He was trapped. And I sucked his soul into my sword. And then I met him in the sword, speaking as someone who was free, and got to know him. Didn't kill him there. Became a friend, someone I care about. And then he trained me, and now I'm stronger. So, treating him like a person and not cutting him out just because he was bad one time benefited me too, made me stronger too, for you and for everyone here.
Barra's not saying anything. You don't know whether he's like pretending to sleep or he's sleeping. But after a while he starts going shoo, shoo, shoo. I don't know whether it's a very bad imitation of sleeping or he's genuinely snoring.
Kie goes to sleep as well. You are muted.
Thank you. It takes you probably 20 minutes or so of that conversation plus the snoring, and you sort of settle. And during that point, come on, Yrsa, you're outside, and come on, it's not like you're having to read non-stop, but it's sort of you'll say a batch of prayers. It'll take you maybe 5 minutes or so, and then you'll find yourself maybe light a couple of candles, and then you're left with your own thoughts. It's not loud. There obviously the jungle forest at night is somewhat loud, and there is a village sort of around you, and so you do hear sort of the soft sound of things. And because it's not crazy late, it's post dark, but it's not late. You do hear the sounds of the odd little bit of candlelight or similar that you see sort of like from places where people live up in the trees and around you. But it's just you and your son, this sort of bright and well lit sort of stone plinth with his body on it.
Kaman quietly, using thaumaturgy, he lights the 3 candles as per the instructions, steps back, and then says quietly to Yrsa, "You don't have to worry about Barra.
I pass you a cup of water. It's a bit hard not to. He's different. He's changed. He's not as cheerful as he used to be. I know what we've been through. It's a lot to take in, but the problem is that these kind of incidents changes people in different ways. Some just roll with it, Like Kie, she's very determined to get stronger and protect people. But for Barra, I'm not sure. You heard her song. You heard his song just now. This poor man is dead. Did nothing to him, and yet there was no way to send off somebody.
Oh yes, but if nothing else, Barra's become a lot more focused.
Yeah, but what kind of focus? The last time somebody was so focused, they turned themselves into a sword.
What I'm saying is that as much as we want to help guide or help lead Barra the right way, I don't think it's our place to decide what that is for Barra.
Do you consider yourself Barra's friend? I know we're not in the army anymore, so all this rank and shit doesn't matter, but we are ultimately his friend, no?
Mm-hmm.
So if you see your friend making bad choices, making, things that are going to lead him down the bad path, a path that will bring him sadness and grief, do you not believe that that is your job as his friend? To guide him along somewhere better? To make choices that would be better for him?
Yes,
I know he's a grown person. I know he's an adult. But just because he's old doesn't mean that he is mature enough to make the right choices.
And he also says Barra is old,
Especially
Barra is like, what?
in moments when he's, emotionally not stable.
And we've had a lot of that through the last few months, yes?
Exactly. Right now, none of us are in the right state.
No, well, what I'm saying is I'd like to suggest to you, and keep an open mind to this, that our existences, however long or short they are marked by these things of grief, of joy, of happiness, of pain. And they shape who we are. The choices we make and what we learn from them shape who we are as well.
Yeah.
So, as much as we have good intentions, I think it's only fair that Barra gets to do what he wants to do and experience the consequences of it.
I don't believe in letting him fail. I don't believe that we should just let him run amok, I think we should be there as a safety net to keep him back from doing things that will alter the course of his life entirely. I mean, come on, no one was there to stop you when you decided to sell all your memories.
Here's the thing, Yrsa.
Multiple times.
We didn't stop Barra when he used the goddamn wish scroll to bring back a woman he barely knew. So what I'm saying is,
that was our mistake.
Why are we
should have stopped it
now?
then.
I firmly believe that if we didn't stop him then, we have no right to stop him now.
So that's just saying you do one wrong thing, then you continue doing the wrong thing all the way lah. Isn't that a very strange logic to have?
No, I think it's more of, since we've already chosen this path for Barra, I think it's safe to say that we can support him through his growth, wherever that takes him.
I believe in supporting him through his growth. I also believe in not letting him hurt a family that is grieving for no reason. You know what I mean? How much money can they can they give us? Honestly, it wouldn't be enough to even buy a few grams of intan. We're talking about amounts that are massive right here. It's... I don't know.
Yes, sir. If he's not allowed to do things like this, how will he learn the right and wrong of it?
I am not your mother, I know I am your captain, and I have been behaving like all your mothers, but by now you all should be old enough to understand that there are certain, things that you don't do. Like ask a grieving family for money. Huh?
That's the
How
thing,
is that
Yrsa.
okay?
That's the thing. We come from very different value systems.
That
And
is a very strange thing for you to say, given that you don't really know your own value system.
the
You
thing
have no
is,
memory of your life as a sea elf, my friend. So what you know of the Namandan Union. And in the Namandan Union, we don't do this.
yes, sir. What I'm saying is that I learned best when I was allowed to make mistakes and learn from them.
And every time we also have to come in and save your ass from your mistakes.
And we will
The
save Barra.
teleports,
Yes.
the Bob missing,
Yes.
it was completely by chance that we got him back.
Yes.
Huh? And I don't think there are that many chances in the world, you know?
I appreciate that, and I think that Barra should be allowed to make his own mistakes and learn from them, just as I did.
Okay, look. You believe that he should be allowed to make his own mistakes. I believe that when we travel together as a group, if he's going to go up to people and ask them for money for no reason, or rather in such an impolite way, then I, as a person, have the right to step in and tell him, no, that is not okay, because he is part of the group right now. If he was doing this by himself, it's not my problem. I am not his mother. I'm not even his captain anymore. I am no one. So sure, go ahead. This is our duty together here, that you have taken on without asking the rest of us to send this poor man's belongings back to his family. Right? So we're doing this together as a group. You know what? Fuck it. At the end of the day, we are no longer in the military. Ultimately, if you want to do this, go ahead. If you don't want to do this, I don't have to see your face anymore after this. Okay? So you all decide, you're all grown people. Fuck this shit. And Yrsa walks off into the jungle.
And Kaman, despite having been told off, smiles and goes back to his work, reading the book and performing the rituals.
So, as you begin to walk off into the jungle, you sort of head in this direction. Any particular direction you're going to go in? Go not there, go away. You can go north, you can go up, down, or left.
Actually, I'm gonna go find Bob.
Okay, so actually Bob is kind of sleeping just out here. So he's just like head down on his ball. So you can you would just be going here, see Bob. Here he is. So he's not inside the hut, he's just right outside it right here.
Bob. I gently nudge him. Bob.
Emma, what's going on? I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's go hunting.
Huh?
Let's go hunting.
Let me go. Huh?
You're
Okay.
hungry, right? Let's go.
He's hungry. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
So Bob sort of gets up and turns around. I need you, and I need you, Ed, to make a perception roll for me, please.
Jab. Roll the dice. 19.
16.
Okay. As Bob gets up, you hear a very soft whisper carries across the opening. It says, doing the bidding of the third son. That is our task. Interlopers. And as you look up, you see two things. You don't know what they are because I'm going to pop them up in just a second and then you can deal with it as I come across them. Hey, bum, 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 and then we'll take a very short break. As you look over here, and you see.
Just call us interlopers.
Yes, indeed. I'll zoom in a little closer so you can see this
Oh!
horrible
Oh.
creature.
Oh, hey. I think I saw it in
Horrible.
Diablo 1.
Horrible creature that appears here. I'll give it a bit of light. Give me 1 second. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's not good.
Wow.
That's very interesting lighting, Ramji.
Okay, that's not
Okay,
Oh,
better.
that's-
That's better.
What?
There we go.
Oh, hey.
There's this creature appears over here.
Oh my
You get
goodness.
another one. Is over there. They are actually like spots of inky blackness, then highlighted with a little bit of red. As they look at you,
Just remind me, are Kumran's families all tieflings?
they are tieflings. Indeed.
Thanks.
And as this creature looks at you and says, one more to go. But first, brother, they look across at each other. But first, dinner. On that note, I need everybody to roll initiative, but after the break, because we're about to take one. Thank you very much, folks. Everybody
Oh my
who's
God,
tuning
what?
in, we're going to take a very short break. As these horrible creatures have turned up and they seem to want a little bite. We'll take a very short break, probably about 5 or 10 minutes, just long enough for me to run away and for Joe to do an amazing song and a couple of other things and for a quick chat, or not a song, just to admire each other's like amazing outfits and how I have aged so very well as I forgot to do my Grecian 2000 this morning. I'll be back in just a second and we can kick off and carry on. I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Ooh. Okay. Hey guys, I am creating conflict for the sake of the story. I hope you guys are okay. It's not personal.
You
Yeah.
secretly hate us.
And Kaman has a fucked up value system, okay? It's
Yeah.
not personal.
Okay.
Yrsa and Kie are the moral compasses.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was more bothered about the Kaman thing than the Barra thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaman's pretty messed up.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody, we tend to do little songs for people who followed us or who rated us. So gonna do one for dreaded GM. But in the meantime, yeah, I mean we're kind of in costume today because it's kind of still Halloween somewhere in the world, or it might not be. I don't know. Might not be at all. So like this is my closest approximation to Barra's hair, which is like a blonde wig and guitar. And yeah, Kie, Lisa, she's got her hair braided and she's got a
Yeah.
little sword.
So I'm so sad that my friend braided my hair like wonderfully and did my amazing makeup, but we can't see the braided hair because of the headphones. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you-
It's so good though.
And you got your little sword as well,
I
right?
do. I have 2 prop swords that I use
oh,
for
cool.
stress relief when I'm angry.
Oh. Okay, does it work?
Ooh.
I think it's like a firm rubber or foam, so it's satisfying to hit, but it's not going to hurt anyone.
Okay.
I've kind of like accidentally broken leaves of plants though
So
when I
You-
miss.
so you use them on like real people, not like prop people, unfortunately. So it's like they tell you that it doesn't hurt.
No, I don't actually hit people. I have another one. So whenever like I need stress relief or something, I ask like, do you want to just stand there and like hold the thing and then we'll play?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so fun. Okay,
It is so fun. It really is.
Lisa is also training to be a stunt woman actually.
Yes.
we-
You've all been taking lessons, yeah?
No, we've gone to the class which Lisa is trained to be a stunt woman of, and she essentially gets thrown around for like the throws and
She gets to give some back too.
yeah, but poor thing, like she essentially the other day
I
she
always
told us,
lose.
like- essentially the other day she told us like, oh yeah, I have to stay on for the combat class. I am throw level 1 because she's the lightest one. She's not even level 3 because she's so
No,
small.
I'm level 1.
Yeah, yeah, and
Level 1 difficulty throw. Ah, Lisa.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
learning at this amazing place called Sandbox. So please, everyone, if you're in Singapore, go and try and live your action actor dreams and learn just really, really cool skills.
Yeah. And cool.
Ed and
So
Joe have been going and y'all been doing really well.
okay lah, thanks.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So at this point also while I do a little song, I mean like Sheena sometimes does a Hokkien phrase of the day. Sheena, don't know whether you feel like you want to do it today. I don't know whether she's got.
Oh, I think headphones off.
Okay. Okay. Her headphones are oh yeah. Hey Sheena, do you feel like doing a Hokkien phrase of the day today? Okay. Cool. Okay, you guys. I will go and plan the song, and I will go and do the thing. So please share some wisdom.
There is no wisdom. I'm just wondering how everyone's Halloween has been. I mean, there's obviously no partying and no clubbing, and trick or treating has been tough for the kids also. But if you're not in Singapore, if you're in a country where you've been allowed to be out and about in costume, yeah, tell us in chat. How's it been for you? Where you are, share with us your joy. In Singapore, we're still stuck with a maximum social gathering size of 2. So so you see a lot of couples on the streets. It's kind of rough for the single people at the moment. Do you like? I don't know about the rest. Like when you all go out, Lisa and Sheena, and you see like single people, you're like, oh, poor thing.
Okay, that has not crossed my mind. But I generally am a person who likes hanging out by myself, so maybe I don't see it as like a sad thing.
Oh, cool. Because like when I go to buy bubble tea at the shopping malls on Orchard Road, it's just couples everywhere. Couples everywhere now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, if I was single, this would be rough. Yeah. But that's just a personal thing.
Yeah, I really wonder when things are gonna change and go back to bigger numbers.
Not anytime soon, right? They just extended it to November 21st.
Oh yeah, it's another 3 weeks.
Mhm.
But I guess travel lanes are opening, so that's not too bad. We can finally get out of the country.
Cheshire Cat Jess, there's trick and treating in Germany this year. Oh no, why? Why are they stopping the fun in Germany? Are numbers getting very bad over in Germany? Is that why they're going to be reinstating regulations? I hope not. Because like Germany was the first place to open a vaccinated travel lane in Singapore, and Singaporeans have been really happy going to Germany, taking videos and photos of the Bavarian Alps and making everyone jealous. So yeah, Germany has been like the promised land for Singaporeans. So to hear that you guys are going to have new regulations will be very painful. Oh, Sweden. Wow, what is that? Not familiar with that ritual, that ceremony at all. Tell us more about that.
I think it's for the composer, right? So I presume it's Sung. Is it Sung? It's Requiem, MS. Anyway, cool. Are you doing a song, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's working on it.
Super short one.
Awesome.
Okay, just for today, GM, thanks so much for rating us. Okay, so here's my out of tune guitar today. It's a prop guitar, so it doesn't actually play. Yes. It's Strategy GM. He is his own special sensation. When he comes to rate the days we have played, feel like a vacation. Down under the sky runs his cool D&D campaign. You should watch it, guys. Don't just sit here and watch me explain. He's a special friend. We want to shout out. Thank you, Strategy GM. Strategy M. Thank you, Strategy M.
Yeah, thanks for you, GM.
Hey!
Thanks so much for rating us. Thank
Nice,
you.
thank you for the raid.
That's I Am What I Am, by the way, from the musical Lacage!
La Cage aux Folles.
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful, lovely. Well, if we're ready to get going back,
I'm
again,
afraid Lisa is
we're a Lisa short of a.
We're missing a
birdcage.
monk.
She has
That's
flown the
okay.
birdcage. Oh, she's back.
There she's back.
She's returned the birdcage.
Do you need us to start rolling initiative?
I would like you all to roll initiative and have a little think about what you're going to do. In the meanwhile, I will roll initiative on my side and figure out what we're going to do. And we'll go from there.
Can we? Would it be possible to call up the map around you so that we can figure out
Absolutely.
what
Give
we're
me
going
one
to do
second.
properly?
When we're ready to go. That's the Tailspire. There are currently no other people visible other than these two. So where you see these lovely little people who are from the village here, they're not there. So it's 1, 2, and then your party is what you can see.
Okay. So, but Kie and I are asleep here. But we
You
will
and
anyway.
Kie are indeed asleep. I'll give you sleepiness.
Sleepiness.
Okay.
Bosh.
Ha ha ha. Just as well.
There we go. And also because of the fact that you're inside the Lemon's tiny hut, although if you were awake you'd see them, practically they cannot see you or get in to see you at the moment. However, dun, 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 dun. Let me have some initiative.
Is that combat music? Oh my
It
goodness.
is. I don't know if it's
Combat
Uncle Phil's
music.
music up. He's doing it. He's done it. Wonderful. There we go. And
Okay.
it's our thing. Dun, 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 dun.
Does Halfling luck apply to initiative rolls?
Halfling luck applies to anyone you roll on a d20.
Okay, thank you.
Holy crap.
Or in
Like
your
my
case,
first
Lisa,
roll of the
everyone you roll on a d20.
Okay.
I
Okay. I'm compiling them.
rolled a 20. Woohoo.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
What is your total?
From a 1 to a 20. 25.
Okay. Okay. And I'll roll for Bob.
Yes, please.
Hang on. What the shit? Ah, freaking. Okay. And it's in the chat.
You've got it, and I've got it now. Fantastic. Well, hey. All right. So, I would like the first person to go. Let's double check. Hang on. Which chat's in, Joe?
Sorry, it is now in the chat.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. 20, 13, 14, 12. And
So Kie's going first.
nope. One of these creatures.
Oh, okay.
They roll just above you. So one of these creatures will go at number 26. Okay, and that's good. Then one of these creatures will go at number 26. It'll be Kie, then Yrsa, then it'll be the second of these creatures, then it will be Kaman, Bob, and Barra. Kie is asleep, so she will miss her first turn until somebody wakes her.
Oh, yeah.
Barra likewise will be asleep until someone wakes her or is woken up, but there's no sort of like auto wake up thing here. Good. Okay. So the first thing this creature does is it looks up and it's looking over at you. Come on, it's the one that you spoke to down here. This lovely little fella that is let me give him a little twirl over here. There we go. See, and so this sprightly, happy-go-lucky creature looks over, and as you see, so there's this sort of almost this aura of milky blackness that comes off it as it looks over at you and says, Usurper, come, let me feast upon your abilities. As it moves in, and as it does so, as it moves into sort of like close combat range with you, it gets very dark around you. You're swirled and surrounded by shadow. Basically, non-magical light cannot illuminate the area that you're immediately in. So literally one square on either side of it, including the one you're in, and also your dark vision is no longer working. You're effectively blinded. Though if you cast a light spell, it would help, right? So that is that. Then it will, as its ability, it looks at you, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Okay. I rolled a natural one.
Okay, because as you look into this creature's face, as it sort of gets closer to you, and you see it sort of the rictus visage of it, it actually, as you get even closer, you see that there are not just these nuts. There you go. There is a sort of like a blue.
Whose nuts?
Yeah, indeed. There's a blue sort of like deep cerulean color, not the blue that you've started to associate with Yrsa, confusingly. It's a much sort of like more eldritch kind of color, and this sort of electric sort of color just appears and it begins to leach into your brain and pull energy from you, and a thin tendril of energy just begins to get sucked from you. You are going to
You chose the wrong person. The smart one's inside the bubble.
In this case, you're going to take 9 hit points of damage, but it is reducing your hit point maximum by 9.
Oh my god.
So,
Okay, got it.
It will gain +9 in its ability there. That's good. It will then lash out with its claws and its bite, attempting to attack you. So the first one, it will claw you with a 25 to hit. That is a hit, I presume. Yeah, so it'll do, and 16 points of slashing damage as it slashes across you. So as this energy kind of leaches to it, it's like slashes straight across your chest, kind of scouring just past where your breastplate would normally protect you, and just skitters along. And as it does so, you see these claws just kind of rend and tear their way through the leathers that you've got normally underneath your breastplate here, and just kind of gouge a chunk out of your side. The second attack is it misses though, so it basically rolled a 5. So it's a total of like 12 or so. Actually, it's a good point. Total of 16, but still not enough. So as it attempts to like pull and sort of deepen its grasp, almost like reaching for your heart, it just is unable to actually gain leverage as you twist out of the way. That is that creature's turn. Kie, I'm afraid you are asleep, so you are unable to do anything. But it is the round that you'll be asleep for, and then you'll be able to act in the next round, because no one's able to use their reaction to wake you. It will now be Yrsa. You see, you're stood next to Bob, and you see this creature that is over here lunge in towards Kaman. There's that creature over there.
Okay. As part of my rage, I can move up to half my speed, so I can move 20 rage.
Yep.
20 feet.
Which one are you heading for? There's 2 here, right? So there's one that's over to the right here, there's one over to the left.
Yeah, I'm headed for the one engaged with Kaman.
You got it. So you'll be able to move 20, so that's 5, that's 10, that's 15, that's 20, yep. So that puts you just outside. And as you notice, as you get closer, it is a pool of darkness that's around it.
Okay, I have a 10 feet blind sight because of my fighter class.
You see exactly where it is. It's sort of like, boom, you go into Daredevil sight.
Okay. I will expend 1 superiority dice and switch places with Kaman.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, it doesn't provoke any AoE.
Okay, cool.
Any opportunity attacks.
So come on, you go bosh, and you get pulled out the space as Yrsa does some cool Battlemaster shit on you.
Bait and switch. He now gains a bonus of 4 to his AC.
Come on, does.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, now I'm going to beat the guy recklessly. I have pulled out both my swords. The long sword of fire isn't on fire yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, both are long swords. Because now I dual wield. Do I hit on a 6 plus 8? So that's...
You do not hit on a 14, no.
Okay. So second attack. 16 plus 8 is 24.
That is definitely a hit. Yep.
Okay. He takes. This is. Sorry, math is bad. My apologies.
Okay, do it.
4, 8 plus 6 is.
14.
Yeah, that. And then my. I have no bonus action because I raged, and I'm done.
You got it. That's it. Awesome. So as we then go to next in the round, which is the number 2, baddie number 2 on initiative 17 goes.
Oh, is it ready number 2 now? Oh, crap. Okay.
Yeah, so it basically went to check Kie's asleep,
Okay.
Yrsa, and then baddie number 2. Yep, good. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
As we then get a baddie number 2, as it steps its way across, moving, and it sort of finds itself right up against the dome in some frustration, and looks over at Bob, and will attempt to just look, and as again looking deep into its eyes, as Bob goes, I think he likes me, and why are you looking at me like that, mister? You're getting dangerously close to my no-no zone. As this creature again, can I need a charisma 16 saving throw from Bob, please?
Rolling for Bob.
Come on, Bobby.
Nat 20.
Great!
Yeah.
As Bob goes, no, I don't. You cannot touch my no-no zone. As yes, indeed. So this creature does not gain the benefit of that. You also notice, Yrsa, with earlier on when it did the damage to Kaman. Ed, remind me, how many points of that hit point reduction damage
9.
did you take? 9. So that the majority of your strike is actually kind of, it appears to be blocked by a semi-solid aura around the creature. There's only the last bit of it that actually cuts through into the creature itself. There's just a minor thing you notice with your battle masteriness. Good. Okay. Well, that creature gets to go because she's not going to get to Bob in time. So yeah, it's fine. So then it is going to now be Kaman.
Okay. I'm gonna Blade Barrier and attempt to catch both the creatures in it.
Ooh, that's exciting. What's the Blade Barrier do?
I use the option to create a ringed wall up to 60 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 5 feet thick.
Okay. That's clearly going to be able to make it. So that's right. So what about?
So I'm going to put the edges of it, which is where it does the damage, on these creatures.
Well, it will also catch Bob.
If it's 60 feet in diameter, I was hoping it'd be big enough.
Well, the problem is that when you say the edges of it, is it like this, where it's going to fit the?
So it's 60 feet, and only the edges do damage. It's a blade barrier.
It's 60 feet in diameter, not
diameter, yes, right? And only the edge of
only
it.
the circumference does damage.
Yeah, the insides of it
understood.
Do not do damage. Yeah.
So the thing is that in order to hit them with the circumference, you will also hit Bob.
Unless you move.
Yeah,
you got movement, right?
It's not centered on me. I can target it within 90 feet.
Oh, I see. Got it. That was I didn't get. Okay, cool. So basically,
sorry about that. Sorry.
Anything that gets them, that oh gosh, there's a bit of a. I'm supposed to play the math here, but okay.
Yeah. So if it doesn't work one way, I'll start it from outside.
Yeah, I think there's a way you can do it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a ring of blades around us.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. So how much? What's the save and how much damage?
A save is Dex 17.
Okay. One of them rolls a natural 1. One of them rolls a total of 20.
Okay, I'm doing damage. The 20 saves, so the total damage is 29, 34. So 34 on a failed save. 17 on a successful save. This is slashing damage.
It's just straight slashing, yeah?
Yeah, it's just straight slashing. As it caught up, as Kaman pulls the weave together and says, all right, let's see who eats who. And then he summons a wall of flashing blades.
So you feel that annoyingly, these just the slashing blades, unless it says magical slashing, right? It's regular slashing. It's just not like the damage.
Oh, it's magical energy. Yeah, it's magical energy.
Okay, in which case that's great. So it is it does then chop its way quite nicely through these creatures to a large extent. Though one of them seems to shrug it off. The one that is over by Bob seems to shrug it off a bit more with impunity. Does it remain where it is?
Yes, I cannot shift it.
Right, fine. So that means that nothing can go through it without taking the damage.
Yes, if it starts its turn there, when a creature when it starts its turn there.
There's a problem with this because of the Learman's tiny hut, by the way. I'm going to say, Ed, you have a choice of where you can put it, and it will probably only hurt one of them, the way this is laid out with the Learman's hut here. Where would you like to put it? Would you like to put it so it attacks this one here, over in the north, or would you like to, by Joe in the picture?
Yes,
or would you like
that one, instead of the one that's nearer to...
You got it. So I'll put it over here, so it just literally slams them from behind.
Yep.
And then it will kind of block that person off as well, so they'll have to walk through the blade to get through it.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
you got it.
And for my bonus action, I can cast cantrip, right?
Yep.
No, fuck it. I'll pass. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, you got it. As we then go to Bob. What's Bob going to do?
Bob is going to do a Bob. So he's going to attack the creature closest to him. Right.
So we can't now get to the blade barrier one because it's zoned off by the blade barrier.
Okay. Is there a height for the blade barrier?
Ed, tell me. 20 feet. Yeah, so Bob could pop over the top of it.
Pop over the top of it and get the one that's attacking Yrsa, I suppose.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's no problem at all. He can definitely get to that one. So as Bob kind of comes over down here, now Bob will be now in the pitch blackness that surrounds this creature, and as a result of that, he can now not see. So roll his multi-attack, but roll it with disadvantage, please.
Okay.
After Bob, it is Barra's sleeping round, and then it will be Kie's wake up round. Oh no, then it'll be this creature again that you're fighting, and then it'll be Kie's wake up.
Oh my gosh! First roll is really bad. It's 7. It's 14. No, it doesn't hit, right?
A 14 does not hit. No.
Okay, so it's gonna, I suppose, use his beak, right?
Yep.
Oh no, swipe once with each of his front claws. So his second claw. So he's going to. Okay. Let's roll again. That is a 19. Does that hit?
19 is a hit. Yep.
Okay. So. Okay, that is a 24.
A 24. Okay, 24 points of damage. That's great. So that is half to 12 because of slashing. As Bob, however, sort of rashes out with his bite. It's his claw attacks, right?
Yeah, it's just claw attacks.
With his claws, and just like sort of attempts to rend. You see that there's his frustration on his face as he sort of, it doesn't land with the first one, but the second one does manage to hook onto this creature and pulls away. Yep.
Because he can attack with his claws and rend, right?
Yep. Claws and his bite. Yes.
So he's going to use his beak now.
Yep. Third attack.
So third attack. Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh gosh, does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit. No.
Okay, no, then he doesn't hit.
As Bob's frustrated, growl.
Bob has advantage from King of Demons.
Oh, then can I just cancel it out?
What?
Can I take the better roll? Bob has advantage from King of Demons.
No, you have to roll again.
Okay, I will roll again then. But I roll at disadvantage again, is it or what?
No, you
Roll
just roll the red
dice.
roll. That last roll didn't happen. So you just roll this.
Okay.
Single dice.
That's a 19, so that's
That's
a hit.
a hit.
Thanks, King of Demons. Okay, so Bob is going to once again do his attack.
Nom 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 nom. Thanks, King of Demons.
You got
Oh,
it.
this is a bit different, so that's that's 25.
As Bob kind of yells out in frustration and rage, and you hear him go, "No, fuck you!" It's 25. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Did you say Bob cute?
He said barbecue. He didn't before. As he half shamefully looks across and goes, "I didn't say fuck you. I didn't." Sort of looking at Yrsa's reproachful gaze. Now,
Can't see the darkness.
indeed,
Just being very careful.
Yrsa yells back, yes, fuck him!
And the creature turns back and attempts to say, dinner. And will.
Oh, no. You don't eat Bob. Bob eat you.
Will.
Oh shit, he's got some kind of weird reaction.
No, it's his turn. It's his turn. So yeah.
No, it's Barra's turn.
Oh,
Barra's asleep. So
Barra's just waking up. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, basically, this is what the hell's going on as you
What the fuck's going on?
Keep stirring.
No, don't say fuck you. No, what?
Yeah, exactly. And the sound of the battle and the clashing is more than enough to wake you guys up. So you'll be able to go immediately after this creature, Kie. You'll be able to go. So the creature will look at y'all and then say, maybe a little bit of a lesson. As it begins to cast a spell, Ed, I need an Arcana check from you, please.
Arcana, you got it.
And as it casts this spell, it casts a pillar of dark necrotic energy.
Are you fucking serious?
Down from the sky.
It's Wrath of Bob.
It is rather like Wrath of Bob. As it does.
Wait, Ramji, do I have my reaction yet as I'm waking up or no?
You do not. No.
Okay.
You will get it in your next turn, but you are not. You're basically, if you think about it, your reaction is used to wake yourself up.
Okay, my action and reaction.
Well, your action is you're asleep. Your reaction is waking up.
Okay.
Okay. So
Ramji, you wanted an Arcana check?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so what happens is that Kaman looks and then suddenly overlays the filter. It says, Yrsa, help. And there's a blue filter that goes over it that comes as a bit of a heads-up display as Yrsa shows him the results. It's a 25 on my Arcana check.
Wow. Okay, well, with that roll, you see a very, very explicitly cast necrotic flame storm.
How explicit will you say it is?
Yeah, is it like parental guidance or is it,
It is 40 feet high as a pillar. So one might say it is a dark necrotic erection. That is how explicit it is.
It's a flame strike, is it?
It's flame strike, yes. It is a flame strike, but filled with necrotic energy instead. As it slams down, and it will basically be centered on this creature itself. So it will hit Bob, it'll hit Kaman, it'll hit Yrsa. And it will do...
Kaman shouts, "Oh no, necrotic flame strike!"
Using a reaction to do that?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't have reaction, so I might as well. Yeah, I'll use my reaction and shout it.
Yeah, do we get to save, Ramji?
So if you are within, Joe and Kie, you don't need to because you're still inside the hut, but the rest of you will need to roll a
including Bob,
probably dex save. So usually you get advantage on a dex save, and the DC on that save will be 17. A 17. Yeah.
Oh, just nice 17.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Okay, Bob is rolling.
17.
Oh, Bob rolled a nat 1.
Oh, Bobby.
So for Bob, he will take 15 points of necrotic damage, and he will take 12 points of regular damage. And for Yrsa, it will be halved and then halved again. So it's basically like you just have a warm wisp of air on your face. But yeah, so it'll be 7 to 3 points of necrotic damage for Yrsa, and 12 to 6 to 3 points of fire damage. In your case, come on, 15.
7 and 6.
Yeah, you are good. Yeah, so that's that for that flame strike. As it is now that creature's turn, it is a little disappointed. Okay, done. So it's now end of that turn. So now goes to Kie. You're awake. You see as you look up. Barra's also waking up groggily from the inside of where you are through the translucent dome. You see a large creature out here behind the blade barrier. So you can't see the creature. You see a big barrier of blades just like flailing through the air. And then on the other side, as you look across into this pool of light, you see a pool of darkness as a huge pillar of black flame comes down from the sky and splashes over your friends and colleagues.
I hit to the one with the pillar of black flames.
You got it. So
Okay.
Try to go straight.
Here, if you go through it, you're taking damage.
Oh, really?
no, this one. The black flames is here.
Oh, sorry.
The
sorry.
blade barrier is over this side.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You
Yes,
understand that?
I hit to that one, the one with my friends in the black barrier, and go straight towards him and attack.
You got it. Now, you don't have blind sight, do you?
No, I do not.
You do not. So as a result, you'll be attacking with disadvantage.
Okay. Shit. 9 plus 13, 22?
That's with disadvantage?
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Wow.
Yes! That's because I rolled a 9.
I think
Okay.
we always make Lisa
One.
roll with disadvantage.
No! 1 plus 4 plus 6.
11.
11 plus 9.
20.
That's my damage. And then second hit. Halfling luck. Okay, 4 plus 13, 17. Does it
It's a
hit?
miss, I'm afraid. And
Okay.
the reason it's a miss on that second hit is because the hilt of the sword of Koshi becomes electric in your hands as the first hit touches this creature, as Koshi wakes up and is enraged.
Oh my god.
Go for the third strike.
Okay.
Angry.
8 plus 13, 21 hit?
Hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. Okay, 1 plus 1 plus 2. That's 4 plus 9. 4 plus 9.
13 points damage.
13.
You got it.
Yeah, and then for
You
my
get a bonus action.
Yeah, bonus, I want to use my Hunter's Mark.
Okay, you're going to cast Hunter's Mark. You got it. On this creature?
Yeah.
Done. So you then, boom, a Hunter's Mark appears on it. Yrsa, it's you.
Rocky,
Wait,
could you,
your Hunter's Mark does
Sorry, go-
damage
go
as
on,
well,
go.
I think.
Yeah. Yes.
But not unless
It's
she,
the
she has
next
to cast
one, right?
it first, right?
Yeah.
Next round. Yeah.
Okay, can.
Randy,
problem.
can you zoom out just so that I can plan?
Absolutely, I can. Let me just mark this thing so I know it's got a Hunter's Mark on it. There you go. It's got a little frozen. Okay, there you go. So that's what you see.
Wow. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Good.
Drop you.
So, with a bonus action, Yrsa presses a button and her sword suddenly bursts into flame.
whoosh.
And then starts to attack the creature. 19 plus 8. I believe I hit 27.
You certainly do.
Okay, this is 12 plus 6.
12 minutes. Okay, 18. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, 18 points of damage. And then, do you need me to separate out the damage?
No.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
take it all.
Second attack.
Unless some of it's non-magical. If it's non-magical, or if it's cold damage, then yes.
Okay, so
Oh,
this
it
is
is cold
just
damage.
fire.
The other one's cold damage, right?
Yeah, correct.
Cool. So the cold damage
previously-
I'm resistant to. So I think I have.
Got it. 16 plus 8 is 24. I hit.
Sorry, Sheena, I'm an idiot. I can't read. I'm resistant to cold and fire. I apologize.
It's fine, no worries. Okay,
Thank you.
so this would be 5 plus 6 is 11 points of slashing, I guess.
Yep.
Damage. And
Yep.
then this is 9 points of fire.
You've got it. So it'll be half of that, which is 4.
And then after that, they are larger than me, I assume.
Oh, they are.
Okay, please take 11 points of angry short person damage
You've got it.
as I twist the blade.
So
Yuri up the smile.
69, 30. Sorry, I'm just doing the math. 93, 94,
Math.
117. Wow, you guys are crazy. 117 points of damage already done.
Oh my god.
It's amazing. Okay. As you've used your bonus, you've used your 2 attacks. That's wonderful. You're good to go. Okay.
I'm done.
You're done. Awesome. Next one is up.
Before that bad guy, I need to make sure the blade barrier is still up. I took damage, so I'm making my con save. It's at DC 10.
Yep, go ahead.
I passed, roll a natural 20.
Nicely done. Unfortunately, that bad guy can fly. So there's a moment where it steps back from the blade barrier, looks up, sees that it goes up 20 feet, and so it will begin to sort of this inky set of wings. You can't see it. It's a shame. This inky set of wings appears and manifests itself, sort of like dripping blood down its back. And as it does so, it will fly its ass into the air.
Ah.
Shunk.
Damn it.
as high as it needs to go to get above the blade barrier. Which is
Just 20 feet.
There you go. Bam. As it then will then move 5, 10, 15 feet. And will then it's only got 10 feet to come down, so it is still flying, so it's coming down a little bit 10 feet, but to there. Should we go back up?
Elevation.
As it's there. It will then look around and it sees the melee that's around here, and it begins to. It will also begin to look at Kaman and attempt to see whether it can make eye contact with you. Can you make a charisma saving throw, please?
I most certainly can. It's a 21.
It is a successful pass. So although you see it, you can see there's this moment of, again, having had that energy siphoned from you, you ain't doing that again, right? And so you're just like, nope. As it curses in frustration, and it's a bit too far away to do anything else, so it is that creature's turn. It is now going to come on, it's your turn.
Okay. A bunch of stuff I could do. I think the most reasonable one I should is to summon a goddamn celestial. I drop my concentration.
You got it.
And summon a melee celestial right next to the one that Yrsa is next to.
What sort of melee celestial are you summoning?
Radiant Mace.
Okay. So as you cast your spell and you sort of summon Yrsa, there's like a moment of like you attempting to find a radiant mace, but you realize instead actually what happens is one of the statues that adorns the sort of the temple, as it were, springs to life. And as it does so, it sort of moves into position as your celestial, as it begins to be covered in a certain, powerful flame. And you're bringing it to the next to Yrsa.
I say, okay, Eijnar, I'll take it. It goes forward and charges into the creature that Yrsa's wailing on.
You've got it. It's right there.
Okay. It's going to make a melee attack.
Yep.
What is the 2-hit? I apologize. I need to find the 2-hit.
You got it.
Plus.
Take a moment while you're doing that. Next up is going to be Bob. So just so you know, Joe.
Yeah, Bob is very straightforward.
Do you want to roll your hits while we're while Ed's doing the celestial?
Okay.
18 to hit. Sorry.
18 to hit is a hit, just as the mace kind of skitters across this creature's chest.
Yeah, I apologize for the delay on that.
That's right. No worries.
Use
You
this
gotta look it up,
very
right?
often. Yeah. Okay. So the damage on this is rolling very quickly. 4 plus 3 plus 5, 7, 15. Radiant.
Wow, radiant, nice. Okay, as the radiant damage slams into it, and you see there's a slight. It's not that it's doing extra damage, but there is a slight kind of hiss of discomfort as it sort of as its pure radiant damage just slams into it, completely not bypassed at all. So good. Okay, nice.
And as it does that, some of the radiant energy jumps towards me and gives me 7 temp hit points.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, and I am going to shift backwards away from it.
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. So how far are you going?
Just move me like 10, just to the other side of the beer. If I can.
The beer. Okay, you got it. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, you can come into my thing,
Oh,
Yeah.
can I?
Yeah, you can
I
step
run
right into the dome.
I step into the dome. Thank you.
Got it.
I'm done.
Okay. Sorry, I wanted to check first. Like, is his magical darkness still on? Like, does he have to maintain concentration on it?
It is not a spell effect. It's just part of what it is.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, Bob's first 2 hits were misses.
Oh.
And he's gonna try and bite.
Why can't I see you? Who turned the lights off?
Okay, his second one is a hit though. His last one is a hit, so that's his beaky thing.
Nice.
So beaky thing, he's let me just roll damage. Yeah. That is a 22.
Nice. As Bob slashes out, and the last thing that happens as this creature sort of is there is that Bob's sort of like amazingly large, sort of like sort of beak kind of latches onto this creature's midriff, and then at the last bit goes, it tastes really bad, and it just pulls apart. And as he does so, it pulls this creature's chest apart. And as that happens, a sort of horrific black ichor comes from within and just like sprays itself onto the floor. The misty black inky darkness fades, and you see for a second a person, a thing, a shriveled up person. I don't know, you can't really see because it hits the ground just covered in this black inky gunk. However, that creature is now no longer, as it is now
It's my turn.
Barra's turn.
Can I zoom in to see where the remaining creature is, please?
Yeah, it's above your head. It's about 10 feet above your head as it just kind of come across.
Okay. Friggin'. Okay. I am going to try to cast. You know what? I'm just gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on it. Okay. Dissonant Whispers. I go like, okay, it's a kind of devil thing, right?
So you can't cast through the dome.
Can't I?
I don't think so. I think you have to stick your head out the dome at the very minimum, which you can do, but it does mean that you're exposed.
I can't cast through the dome, really?
I don't believe so.
It's
Have
a
a
dome
check.
of force, right? Is it Leoman's?
It's not before. It's Leoman's tiny hut.
Oh, I've cast through it before, though. I mean, because I can see through it as long as it's within.
I don't think you can cast out through it. You shouldn't be able to. Have a quick check of that, but I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you can't.
Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
Oh, okay lah. Then, okay. I am in that case first going to use my reaction. Okay, nobody's next to him. Oh, sorry, that disrupted my plans a bit. Freaking. Okay. I am going to switch on first my bonus action. Okay. So my bonus action is going to be Mantle of Majesty. Jason Momo'd on.
Oh, Jason Momoa. Oh wow. Okay, 1 second. We find the right Barra.
Okay. So the dome is a transparent dome, so I can see through it. Can he see me as well?
He can see you if you've made it transparent, but he can't do anything about it.
Okay. So magical effects can't extend through the dome.
Can't pass through it. Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, it's not going to take effect without you
Okay,
stepping
lah.
out. Or
I'm gonna step out. Sorry, I waste the dome. Okay. So you know what? Then I step out of the dome.
At which point the dome is no more. As it disappears.
Okay.
But you are majestic.
So shiny.
Yeah. And then I am.
Which direction did you want to go? Towards the party or this way?
I wanna go. Yeah. I wanna go. Okay, I wanna go towards the party.
Okay. Good. So I'll put you over here next to Kie.
Okay. And then I am going to cast. First of all, I am going to use my bonus action because I can actually cast command at the same time. So I am going to say.
Didn't you use your bonus action to do Mantle of Majesty?
We've done this. We've said this before. So I can cast as one action. I can switch on Mantle of Majesty and and cast command.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
awesome.
it's something we've discussed a few times.
No, awesome. It's great that we can do it. I just heard.
Okay. So then I'm going to do. I'm just gonna go approach in my Jason Momoa voice, and then he's got the roll of wisdom 17.
Okay.
And I'm going to sort of like gesture towards this space in front of me and next to Kie.
It will. It sort of looks at you and kind of cocks the head slightly because it was saying it was planning on doing that anyway. So in the next action, it will move towards you.
Oh, crap. Okay. Okay. Then I am going to cast one more spell,
Which is
A cantrip, right? Because you've cast a normal spell already.
I'm just gonna cast. In that case, I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery. Okay, to weaken it. So Vicious Mockery, I'm gonna go like, hey, what are you? Huh? You're like really ugly. You piece of shit. So's your mother. And that's my Vicious Mockery. It hasn't gotten better. Like many games later.
What's the save?
Wisdom 17, I believe.
17, yeah.
No, it fails that. So how much damage to do?
1d4 psychic, disadvantage on next attack.
3d4.
Oh, my bad.
Do it. As you work that out, we'll go to number 1 is dead, so it's Kie.
5.
Yay!
Have you got it?
Okay, I want to attack the other one. It's not covered by the knife wall anymore, right? Just to
No, it's not. It
double check.
flew over it and
wall's
then
gone,
come and
right?
drop the wall. It's 10 feet in the air though.
Okay, I will activate my wings.
Your wing.
So I basically do step off the wind, and then I will wings unfurl myself and go up to where that idiot is.
Absolutely awesome. Let's just sort that out. So I'll give you the flying here. And then as you step up, bosh.
So this is my bonus action.
You got it, it's your bonus action. And so step of the wind allows you to move as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the wings, you move right up into... Where are you going to move? Around the front of it? Around the
I
back of it?
basically want to fly up and then attack him.
You got it. So right there you go. Bang.
Woohoo! I'm not at disadvantage anymore, right?
Oh, you are because it's still dark.
Ugh.
Sorry. Like both creatures have this
Damn
aura
it.
of darkness around them.
Okay. 18 doesn't hit, right?
18 does hit just
Oh,
as
yay.
you, despite the darkness, you kind of wave you wave the sort of koshi around, and it sort of slashes along the creature.
Hey, okay. 6 plus 7, 13 plus 9. 13
22.
plus 9 is 22, and then plus Hunter's Mark 1.
No, you can't do your hunter's mark on this one because
Oh.
it's already dead. So you hunter's mark the other one.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
okay.
you can move your hunter's mark, I
I can
believe, with a bonus
yeah.
action.
Yeah,
You've
but I
already
already
used your
used
bonus
my
action
bonus.
stepping
Okay,
in.
okay.
So it's good though. You get 2 more attacks though.
Yep. So that was 22 21. 22.
22.
22.
Yep.
So disadvantage still. 9 plus 13 hits.
Yep.
7 plus 6 plus 4, 17 plus 9.
26.
26.
26 damage. And then my next attack is 23. I hit.
Yeah, it's definitely her. Yeah.
3 plus 6. It's 15 plus 9.
15 plus 9 is 24. Very nice. Wow, you've
Oh,
just
that's a
done 72 points of damage in one.
Holy bananas!
Question to Ramji, how
Yeah.
hurt does the creature look?
It's very hard to tell because of the blackness, even though with the dark vision and everything else, even blind sight, it's very difficult for you to see. It looks like, based on the last time, it took a few healthy hits before it went down.
I look at Kia, I go, no! And
Right.
you got that's my reaction. You've got one more action, which is 3 attacks.
Yes!
No, it's like the haste spell. So you haste,
No!
you get
So it's
one
one attack.
additional attack, but you still get one additional attack.
It's not bad.
Still at disadvantage, yeah. 23, so it does
It's a
hit.
hit.
4 plus 6, 10, 10
Still a
plus
fuck ton of
3,
damage.
3 plus 9.
Well,
Sorry, 13 plus 9.
22.
22.
Yeah, added 32. 22,
22.
That's not bad.
Nice.
yeah. Which is like It was
nicely done. Okay. It is now that
94
creature's
points of
turn. As that creature will attempt to move past you
Oh, AO!
down to here. So you do get an attack opportunity on it.
Yes.
As Barra has made it come to them. It lands in front of Barra.
So I can do a normal Koshi attack, right?
Yeah, it's normal one hit. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so disadvantage?
Yep. As it passes, yeah. So you got to be in range.
20 hits, right?
Yep.
8 plus
So much
6.
damage.
8 plus 8, 18 plus 9.
27.
27?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's nice. Holy shit, Lisa.
I just wanted to let your sword eat him.
Holy shit.
It's 121 damage.
Just want to say this looks
Insane.
extra cool because I have my wings on.
That is absolutely incredible. It's
Tiny
121
little
points of damage with the
Yoshi
combo
wings.
from Barra. It's 121 points of damage.
Yes!
That's
I think that's the
insane.
most I've ever done.
Barra's enabled 49 points of that damage.
It's crazy. Good stuff.
Right.
Right. So that creature definitely walks through this blender that is Kie with the sort of Koshi as it now comes round to Yrsa. It's your turn. It's that poor creature's turn. As he moves into the space, they are going to look down and see the sort of like the mucousy form of their brother, and they're going to try to run away. So.
Okay.
So it approaches and it runs away, yeah?
Well, so it approaches, it's done the command, and now it's going to run away. So then it's going to attempt to look.
No, you don't. He's
1,
in front of me, right? So
Yep.
can I AO him?
You
can.
use your
Give it a
reaction
go.
to
Oh yeah, I can't
do
AO
now.
him.
Cannot. Yep.
Okay.
So so it will then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in this direction here. Okay, it is now off in the trees over here. It is now going to be Yrsa's go.
Okay, I can move 40. Can I reach it? I can fly as well with my wing boots.
Yeah, you won't need to fly. Sorry, 1 second. As to moving, straight move of 40 will not make it because that'll get you to here.
Mhm.
But you have that other move thing, right? You have a bonus action move?
No, I do not.
No, you don't. Okay, so yeah, 40 doesn't get you there, I'm afraid.
Okay, it's fine. I will double move.
Okay, you got it. So
And then... Wait, no. I will double move. Yes, I will double move. Can I double move?
and then I presume you're going the other side of it to head it off.
Hold on. Give me a sec. I
Ready.
can't double move.
You can't?
Yeah, because I need to attack something in order to maintain my reach.
Or you need to get attacked by something.
True.
That's true though. Though you took damage this round. Oh no, this is a new round, right?
Hmm.
But you took damage last round.
So, will my rage drop if I don't attack this round?
So if you don't attack this round, it's a new round for you, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't attack this round, you've taken damage in the last round. In this new round, you haven't taken any damage. If it gets to the bottom of it, then your rage will drop.
Okay. Ah, yes, I could do this. I have the Cape of the Mountebank.
Okay. What's that do?
I can cast a dimension door.
Ooh.
Magic move!
Okay, so over here.
There is a puff. There is a puff of smoke.
Tuxedo mask.
Behind you. Push. Okay, as
And
you
I'm pure.
step through a dimension door, you're like, oh. As this door literally just appears and you just go boom, and you step through it, and then there's this like the poof of like smoke and a little bit of what's that kind of sort of sulfury like saltpetery type smell that's often left in after like your sprinklers are waved around or whatever. Yep, so it then appears there. You are right in front of it, looking rather annoyed.
Finish him.
Okay, it takes an action though. To
Ayan,
get
wait.
Ay.
Sentinel, never mind.
Okay, go on.
So yeah, I'll stand there.
You're standing there. You got
No,
it.
you know what? In that case, I'll just run up to him because
You didn't use the cape. You got it.
I didn't use the cape. Done.
You got it. Okay, so we then are looking at that's a double move from there. Next up is Kaman.
Can I magic missile? Genuine
You can-
question.
You can magic missile. I mean, you
I
have
want
to.
to.
Yeah.
Magic missile doesn't do a lot of damage. Don't worry.
Okay.
Where are you? Over here? Yeah, you can see
I
clearly.
could save it for you, Kie.
Yes, please.
It's Kaman's holding him like it's Yrsa holding him still for you.
Okay. Yeah, magic missile. So it takes. It's a level 3 magic. So no, level 3 magic missile. Okay, fine. So it's 5 dice. So 5, 4, 4, 13 plus 4, 17 plus 2, 19. 19 damage. So 19 force damage.
19 points of force damage as these sort of like little
5 darts of energy go.
dots exactly just appear in front of you and then just kind of spread out in different directions and then slam back into the creature as it's buffed in different directions, so pulling these sort of things that spring up from its sort of skin as these 4 start slam into it. Excellent, nice.
Then I shout at my celestial, "Get him!" And then
How far can it move?
40 feet flying.
It's not going to make it, I don't think, but it will use its movement and its action, as it were, to get to flank Yrsa.
Perfect.
Because
That's good for me. And then I'll approach it. I'll move 30 feet towards you on foot.
You got it.
That's me done.
There you go. Okay, good. Right, so that then takes you down to Bob, who is over here looking. Yeah. Okay, and there's sort of looking at this creature's sort of prone form, or what's left of it on the ground. What are you gonna do? What's Bob gonna do?
Bob is going to try and pick up the creature
This one.
and bring him to Kie.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Oh, this creature.
Fetch!
Yeah, he's like, he's like, Kie! I can't do the
So make an
button.
attack roll, see if you can grapple first of all.
Run
So Bob
through
can
the-
get there because he's got the movement to get there.
Yeah. So,
Disadvantage, is it?
It will be at disadvantage, yeah.
oh, okay.
But it's a single attack roll to grapple, yeah. Roll to hit first.
That's a d12, not a d12.
Yeah, sorry. D12 was better. Doesn't manage to grapple.
Yeah. He's trying to get hold of it and fails to. Okay. All right. He still gets to make additional attacks, though. He gets to make the second claw attack and the beak.
He's. I suppose you try and grapple again.
No, I'm going to let you do it
Can't?
once a turn. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Kie. And then he's gonna
Thanks for trying.
try and attack. Misses. Beak attack.
It's okay, you're saving it for Kie.
I think you still have advantage from somebody.
No, it's
really?
only once. Right? Yeah, it's only for the one roll. It's not permanent.
Okay. No, there was another advantage.
Oh yeah,
redeemed by
there's another
Ricardian.
advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so normal roll. Yes, he hits with the beak. He's just so pissed off. He's like, I don't give a shit about you, Kie. And then he hits. He rolls a 19, which is a crit for Bob.
Yes, it is. Bob crits on 19.
It does Bob eat him instead. But Bob doesn't like the taste of it.
Bob's just pissed off because he tried to grapple and he wouldn't come quietly.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
Put in mouth.
sorry. How does crit work again?
You basically. What's the damage you're going to do?
Rend, which is 4d8 plus 8.
So basically, you're going to do 8 4s of
32,
So you do 40 points of
40.
damage, and then you roll 48 and see what you do on top of it.
Yeah.
40. So it's 40 plus my 48.
So it's 48 plus 40, basically.
Okay, 48.
You
which
wanna
is
do it?
32 plus 40. Okay, what?
What? You
No.
rolled 48?
40 plus 48.
Oh.
12.
Okay, 26 plus. Okay, so there's 66 in total.
Wow. So Bob kind of like flies over in an attempt to grab hold of the first one, and then he kind of goes, "I'm sorry, Kie. I'll try and get him on the second one. Here, let me see if I can grab him with my beak." And he bites him in half.
But it's half, the damage is half, right? Because it's not magical.
Oh, then almost bites him in half.
There you
But in fact,
go!
thank you, it's a good point. It doesn't.
There you go, Kie.
Bob comes and spikes the volleyball for you.
Like the
Spikes
beak
it.
kind of like bites through the middle of it, and it looks like he's like, "I gotta get him. He's like, "Oh no, my beak's stuck. My beak's stuck."
My
And he pulls out. Okay, Barrett.
That's my wrist got
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so Barra is going to activate his Momoan form again. He's gonna go, he's gonna look at, so he's, first of all, he walks next to Kie. Barra's gonna walk next to Kie, and then he's gonna do his Jason Momoa, like, I don't know how Jason Momoa, but he's gonna like, approach.
Again, okay. So I'll roll a saving throw. I fail, of course.
Oh!
So he will do the same thing on his turn. He will then move towards you.
Hey, guess whose turn it is?
It is now.
Wait, no, I haven't done my main thing yet.
Oh yeah, go
Oh,
on.
sorry.
So my main thing is that, again, I only have a cantrip left. So I mean, I could use my instrument, but I won't because I'll save it for Kie. So I will
Aw.
again, I will viciously mock. I'll be like, hey, so what, your friend's really ugly and his mother's a piece of shit, and wow, are you brothers? Because your mother's a piece of shit too, you piece of shit, son of a piece of shit. And then the bar just gives up.
7 levels and he doesn't have any new material.
His heart is still soft.
And okay, so wisdom 17, please.
That one succeeds.
Oh no.
Oh.
It
Oh,
sits
well.
there and just kind of goes, "I am not a piece of shit.
Oh, he's so
I have
mentally resilient.
self-worth."
So mentally resilient.
I have self-worth, but it's not long for this world because it is, I think, the end of your turn, Joe. Are you moving at all?
No, I've already moved. I've moved next to Kie so that he will
yeah.
come. Yeah.
You got it. Perfect. So in which
Aw.
case it is now Kie, it's your turn.
Oh, I mean,
Yes.
you can go if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Your way.
As in, like, that it was gonna come to you, but you can go to it if you can reach it.
No, but it will give her AO when it moves. If she goes to it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you can
Go,
go,
Kie, go.
go
Just
next
go.
to it. Just go
Do
next
your
to
thing,
it.
Lisa.
Go flank.
Okay,
and
yeah,
murder
basically,
them.
Do you think?
Okay. There's still disadvantage.
Well, you've got to get there first. How far can you run?
40.
45.
Just enough.
thank
Literally
God.
just enough.
Okay, so
you get
am
there.
I still at disadvantage?
You are still at disadvantage, I'm afraid.
Okay, 18, right, to hit?
18 to hit.
Yes, I just made it.
As you
Finish him.
grab hold of the side of a tree as you pull up to the next one, and you're sort of half swinging through the air, sort of Koshi in one hand, your wings kind of trailing behind you as they begin to disapparate. Yeah, go to it.
My first hit is 11 plus 9.
20.
20 to hit. Oh, is that damage?
Damage.
20
Wow,
damage.
nice.
Damage. And then my second one is bad. I rolled 16, doesn't hit, right?
Nope.
Doesn't hit.
Okay.
Third attack.
Third attack is 25.
Yep.
Hit.
You hit, do damage.
8 plus 6 plus 2 plus 16 plus 9.
25.
How does he look?
Lisa,
Fatality.
tell me, how do you want to kill him?
Okay, he's on like ground now,
Yeah,
right?
he's on the ground, and so are you, as all you've just kind of like you brought your kinetic engine and come through like the trees and the gap of everything else, and you've slashed out onto this person. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm slashing normally, and it seems like Koshi's desire for his soul has kind of reflected in my eyes a little bit and in my actions a bit, and all my new training like moves have come out, and I'm slashing, and then I slash him. Let's see how he looks. Where should I slash him? Across the chest.
As
Very
you do
long.
so, you at one point have sort of Koshi almost in both hands as you just pull this huge double-handed slash straight across the chest. And as you do so, you see the same thing happen where the blade just pulls straight across. But in this case, because you're the one with the killing blow and not with Bob, you see as it slices, the ichor and the dark liquid is pulled into the Koshi's surface. And as it does so is the other, this creature that is attempting to, that sort of appears out of this ichor, and it just gets pulled into the blade. As it does, and Koshi just goes, yes, punish the deathers.
And Yrsa hears this, right?
Oh yeah.
Yrsa just hears, it sees that,
But Yrsa can
doesn't
hear.
hear Koshi's voice.
Yrsa cannot hear Koshi's talking.
Well, only when she's holding Koshi.
Oh, right, okay. It's like one of those skull, like headphones that
Yeah,
vibrate.
it's like a bone conduction headphone.
Okay. Okay.
And at that point, as this falls to the ground, you find yourself again back in a very, very somber sort of moment as you look around, as this creature this thing here, this sort of very nice automaton sort of celestial mace creature kind of floats back to by the dead body of the patriarch of this sort of merchant family, and you make your way back over, and then sort of you see that on the floor over here in this sort of middle of this puddle of sort of black goo is what appears to be a early to middle-aged tiefling, dying, certainly dead, with the wounds upon it. And before your eyes, it just begins to decompose and shrivel even further. And eventually you recognize the body.
Hmm.
Oh no, it is him. He is the priest.
You see the body of the old abbot.
Ah.
What?
Plot twist!
Yrsa.
Hmm.
Body rent, covered in blood.
Oh, he was so nice.
Barra,
I look at him decomposing, I look at the rest. Should I?
Barra goes up to the body, and he sort of like thrusts Slayer into the body's chest, and he rends it apart just to see whether there's anything inside.
You're looking for Intan?
Yeah.
There is a small sort of nugget of Intan in the middle, very, very, very solid, compressed, and incredibly, dark.
Okay, so because like the intan that we've gotten before, I'm gonna look at
It's
Kaman.
not. This is not the Intan you've gotten before. This is very purified.
Yeah, so I look at Kaman, I look at Yrsa, I look at Kie. I'm just like if I don't see anybody stopping me, I'm not particularly signaling to them to stop me or so, but if they don't stop me, I'm just gonna, because I remember before, like there was a different form of intan which we could sacrifice to Agatha and Eijnar. So I'm
Does
gonna
this
hold...
look like a gem?
It does. It looks like a very dark amber.
I press it to my tattoo.
And as you do that, the gem comes apart in your hands into the smallest specks of power and just enters into your sort of navel area around your tattoo. And the tattoo just begins to burn a little bit on your skin. There's the faintest flecks of colour return to.
Okay.
Kaman picks up the tome that's been left on the floor because he dropped it in the combat, opens it, and then he mutters, well, we gotta find more of those then. As he continues the ceremony as if nothing has happened.
Then I look at Yrsa, I look at Kie, I say, Thank you for letting me do that.
Do what? Eat the intan?
Yo, why don't you just say Agatha? You don't understand. Like, she's in a really bad way.
No, we know. And you mentioned also before that Agatha says her intan is like jewel, ma. So this one like
Yeah.
jewel makes sense, ah.
Okay.
Go sleep, go sleep.
No, I gotta finish the ritual with Kaman. I gotta cast bless at the end of the ritual. So, like, you guys, look, I'll cast another dome for you guys to sleep in. I think it's about time you got some rest.
It's fine. Don't have to waste your spells. I mean, we
Oh,
can
no,
sleep here, it's fine.
It's a ritual. I'll just kind of sit here
okay,
for 10
okay.
minutes.
Sure.
So I sit there and I sort of like interior design the shape of my dome, what color. Wait for it to come
Exactly.
out.
You do
Did
the layout
the
of the
body
dome.
get hurt or dirty during the fight?
The body. Wow, yeah. The body did get hurt during the fight as the sort of like the edges of it got splashed with this necrotic energy.
Oh.
Okay, I will start to clean it up.
And I'll help.
Okay.
Does anybody want to check out the priest's body to see anything we can find? I mean, is it totally disintegrated?
No, so one of them is like both of them.
One of them is in Kie's sword.
One of them is in Kie's sword. Though, in fairness, there is some part of remains. There's physical remains. So, Barra, you can go and take a look and see if you can find another jewel of insight.
So before I start to like interior design, I will go and like stab the other body.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that you find, just because of narratively, that you find the two bits together and you press them together both into your belly, and that's fine. Yeah, it's good. So beyond that, though, these two priests did not have any gear on them. In fact, if anything, as you read Kaman, you're looking through the back end of the book and you look at the last entries from the book, you see that the last entry from the book is relating to how one of the priests, a young priest, had been visited by his uncle. His brother's younger brother was also a priest, and who was teaching him new and important things about how to really genuinely follow in his uncle's footsteps. And they were moving out of the village and living in a hillside nearby. That's from the last entries in the book.
You're muted.
As Kaman continues the ritual, he says out loud to the rest of the party, "So do we keep this from the bereaved, this information?"
I
Why? Why do we need to keep it the secret? I mean, their family members turned into these creatures and were probably killing their other family members, so I'm just going to clean up their bodies a bit and leave them here, and then when they come back tomorrow, explain what happened.
Come on, do you tell us that
That you noticed the surviving Kumaran whispering to his wife?
or his wife whispering to him?
No, I didn't mention that, unfortunately. But if you do ask me, I would have brought it up. Yeah, it was a bit weird, but I didn't think much of it.
But what would I ask you though? Because I didn't notice that. I mean, you would have to tell us if you wanted to. There's nothing for me to ask.
There's no real way you'd know.
Yeah.
Like it's something that, like, you may in the wash up have mentioned, but it was just a fleeting thing you noticed.
Right. I'm Barra's just gonna go like, I don't know. Like,
They sent us here. The creatures came. I don't know. Look,
we can't trust anyone. This is what I was saying. I think they're in on this.
You think so?
I don't think they're that innocent, Yrsa. Kie. Look,
they made us come here. All the other villagers are gone. It's like they have relatives that were priests that are surviving, but somehow they make us come here. I don't trust them.
They didn't make us come here, we came here.
But
to
they
give
made
them
us.
the things, and
But
then they
they-
asked if we could do the ritual for them, and we agreed. So if they were trying to set us up to be killed, okay, fine. They did a shit job of it because I didn't even have a scratch on me. But yeah, I mean, we are done here. We just need to wait for them to come back, and If you want to nanny poo poo to their face to say, you didn't manage to kill us, you can go ahead and do
Or we
that.
could ask them and see what their response is.
Yeah, chances are high that they probably know something will happen, but they don't know exactly what. You know, I don't think they didn't come across as being, what's the word, malicious or, you know, evil. But yeah.
But neither did the priest, Yrsa. We're too trusting. I'll say,
Sure. Okay, Ken, no problem.
we'll finish the ritual as promised. And maybe we should think about what we want from him in the morning. Or if we want some kind of justice, because he tried to kill us off.
Bob, you still hungry, Bob?
Sort of like goes, I kind of got a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, let's go get you some food, shall we?
Okay.
Mommy needs to, yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. As you and Bob take off into the forest, seems like a very good point. We run a little bit later than I was planning tonight, but a very good point for us to finish up for this evening. Thank you so much to our wonderful troupe of players. The rather, monkish Licio, the scholastic. That's the word I'm after. Scholastic. There we go. The scholastic Sheena Chan.
Extracurricular.
Indeed. The extra follicular Chotan, and last but not least, the, as always, voice of reason, if that reason was a reason to take over the world, Ed Choy. As always, wonderful thanks to our producers and the people that help us run this show. That's to JR, to Ferenz, to obviously the two and the only Hans and Cheryl. We will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. And then we'll be back next Monday to see what happens after the aftermath of our little creepy Halloween story. But just want to say thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Behold thine heroes as they observeth the troubled lands and stormy sea. They have no choice, it's national service, or Marabanda survey teams mean. A goblin captain, sea elven cleric, one small and green, one tall and blue, stoned halfling monk and bard who dedicates this campaign anthem to you. We're sings up all these party who streams sweet D&D. The both culture is unnamed, but you can call us T4C. Asian influence on rule with Eurocentricity. Now for some Asia Pen gang chants featuring Audi and Randy.
One coffee seat up for me.
One coffee seat up for me. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. 新赛了，麦伦来了。新赛了，麦伦来了。Dragon power.
I sound quite transatlantic, actually.